Ah, yes.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to this week's edition of Broken Crown. We are joined this week by two very special guests. Returning for a number of times is Scrump. Hello, Scrump.
Hello to nobody out there, since we're across from the footy.
Oh, right,
Come
right,
on,
right.
England, score some fucking goals. Sorry.
We're also joined for the first time, and thank you very much for joining us, Harry Robinson.
Hello, I'm in a hotel and the audio's terrible. So have fun with that, everybody watching who isn't
Right,
watching,
actually.
because people are kicking the ball right now. I hear it's very entertaining.
Allegedly.
It's currently 1-1, so high drama.
There you
I
go.
took a look at that. Are our Africans beating theirs?
I mean,
How's it
Well,
going?
Harry Kane scored, so no.
Oh, okay, all right.
alrighty. Considering that I
that
know
was
absolutely
really good.
nothing.
I
No, I
think
know
it's
nothing
been
about this topic whatsoever. I don't know. Look, I don't understand American sports. I grew up there, so I definitely don't understand any sport anywhere else. But
Yes, hello, chat.
Go
as
England,
well.
I guess.
see you in chat.
speaking of, considering that last week we streamed on Wednesday and the UK elections were on Thursday, even though weirdly, not just to me, but to at least me and Scrump, and I think Spoon as well, it feels like the UK elections, and I don't know if you feel like this already, Harry, as well. It feels like it happened an age ago. I don't know why time seems to be passing strangely on that.
I imagine the reason for that is because the Tories are not actually in any way fucking conservative, and so when it's like,
Well, yes.
oh look, it just passed on to someone who's more gay than what you already fucking are. It doesn't really feel like much happened.
Yeah, it's questionable whether they're more gay. They're kind of just the same level of gay. Wait, no, there was one thing
More
which was
openly gay, put it that way.
a few
openly,
Labour MPs who've sworn in Parliament
We'll
today.
look into some of this.
There've been some videos of these guys saying like, "Oh, I'm only swearing allegiance to the king in protest."
Which is ridiculous. Well, I mean,
I feel like they're putting their noses when they're doing that.
some
From behind the
issues with
scenes, they're like, yes, obviously, of course, with the king. Oh, we have to just
well,
do
I've got
this
some
for
issues
the
with some of the royals. Other Harry, of course, Prince Harry has been making a massive fool of himself as usual, but that's par for the course. I didn't want to cover that.
Because
but,
he married an American, and therefore he's a disgrace.
Yes. Yeah.
Imagine marrying an American and you're Englishman, like fuck, and you're royal. Like Jesus Christ, marrying.
I was going to say, hang on a minute.
Can you imagine being friends with an American? I mean, good God.
Yeah, can you imagine that? Can you imagine being romantically involved with an American? That'd be awful.
I mean, it's no worse than having
the worst
English
thing in the
people.
world. Can you
Yeah,
imagine?
truly.
To be fair, though, as a royal, there's a bad history of that. With what's his face and
Fornicating with the
the
enemy?
whole thing with the king and the stuff that I forgot. Mrs. Simpson and obviously the king. It's just,
Detailed political analysis.
yes, things
Ooh.
and stuff and things and stuff, and we're about to have an austerity Labour government. That's going to be interesting, though, isn't it?
Yes. So,
It's a bit of a weird one.
just for anyone who, our audience is a bit split here. I think that we have a 75 American audience, or about that 75%, and so the remainder is largely UK. Despite the fact that we stream on UK times, and Spoon and I both live in the UK. Or
I'm
broadly
English.
speaking. I said broadly speaking. But that being said, if people are not aware, of course, just to a very, very broad summary, I have this article here, which doesn't really matter, but just to be clear about it, is that Labour swept, which was the intention that I think a lot of us had in terms of, I can't vote either way, so it's not, I don't have a horse in the race, but the sort of idea was to punish the Tories by not voting for them, and originally voting for Labour, but then later that switched to voting for Reform when Nigel threw his hat in the ring. Reform took 4 seats, which is, hey, I mean, for a new party.
It was 5. One of them did a
Was it
recount.
5?
Yeah.
Oh, they did do a recount. I didn't know that. Okay.
This was your prediction dead on.
Yes.
My prediction was 3-7, I will say, but yes, 5 is very kind of dead on for that.
I think you said 4-2-7.
7, did you not? Yeah.
I said 3-7, I believe.
3-7. So you were
Yes.
right, yeah, dead on the money.
Well, to be fair, I had some access behind the scenes to some good modelling from somebody. So I'm also talking a bit close to the mic in my slight radio voice. So I'll try to make it more relaxing for the audience at home. If it gets annoying, I'll stop. But
It's this was predictable though. I think not only because of your, sort of more analysis on that side, but I looked into the data on this. In the subsequent week, I've collected a whole lot of data on why this happened in the way that it did, and it's because when people are feeling very, very dejected from their politics, some of them will tend to vote more vociferously, I suppose, and some of them will just tend to check out. So what we saw in this year, in particular, is that it was the lowest voter turnout since 2001, right? And I guess I'd ask you guys the question: why do you think that is? 20 years lowest voter turnout, with such a massive shift towards Labour. Well, I think we all know, but
when we say massive shift towards Labour, let's be perfectly accurate. The Labour Party lost votes from the last election.
Yes, they did.
They've got more seats, but that's mainly because all of the other parties, except for Reform, did nothing to actually gain any votes. We had the record low voter turnout, and people don't care. People are switched off, and I understand why. I will admit, I took part in the rain dance. I sent a vote in. It's
you
disgusting.
voted?
Oh no!
I was disgusted with myself, but I was hoping that it would bring good luck and fortune upon my family for the next fortnight. But so far, nothing has happened. Nothing has changed. You know in that episode of South Park where it's the Obama versus McCain election, and everybody wakes up the morning after, and everything is the exact same.
Same, yeah.
I actually have interesting data on that I was just looking at today on the Obama-McCain election and how people were expecting to feel. And the explicit data on that was that people who were going to vote for Obama expected themselves to feel less happy when Obama won, and people who were voting for McCain expected to feel more depressed. But it turned out that they just didn't freaking care at the end of the election, regardless of whoever won. Obama voters did feel actually happier. McCain. And McCain voters felt about the same. They didn't have any change in emotionality in terms of feeling thermometers. So
I remember Pain in the Brain McCain. He's the only person to be turned down by the Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Pain in the Brain
McCain.
He had the tumor.
Yeah, Pain in the Brain McCain. That tumor is an American hero. It's prevented many wars. No, he's the only American ever to be turned down by the Make-A-Wish Foundation because apparently they can't actually wipe out an entire Afghani village.
Oh, I know. How sad. How sad for the tumor.
Trying, though.
Sure.
Sorry, John McCain died of cancer jokes.
Yes. It was one of the times that I got called out on Twitter was like, how dare you make a joke? And I said ding dong, the witch is dead when he died. People got all mad at me and like,
oh no,
you're being performative about this.
I find it weird that that's the person they do that because.
A warmonger died.
Do you know who went full on very anti McCain when he died was Styx. Styx went like just full on like, fuck John McCain, I'm glad he's dead. It's a better world. Like he just straight up said, like, well done.
Yeah, why am I supposed to be upset that a warmonger died?
Hey, you leave the multi-millionaire neocon warmonger alone.
Apparently,
we did. Now the Grim Reaper has them. We are more than fine with leaving them alone.
So the broad takeaway, though, of course, is that yes, the turnout was extremely low. It's the lowest since 2001. You
got less votes than Corbyn, which is insane.
Yes. So, for the Labour sweep, such as it's being described, understand that this is because basically like 60% of the populace have been voted.
Corbyn and be the Prime Minister. My God, Corbyn must be shitting himself in rage.
No one voted. I mean, when people did, but a 60% voter turnout is very low. And the lowest since the Second World War, as it says here.
Well, second lowest.
Second lowest, excuse me.
Yeah, then
it was lowest.
It's about
lowest in
0.4% difference.
And they're comparable.
My take on that really is that this is people kind of realizing that politics is just going through the motions, because most people just accepted like a year out that Labour was being cycled in, and there's no enthusiasm. I've not met anybody who is optimistic for the incoming Labour government. It's just that the Tories eventually made themselves so egregious.
And they've had 10 years?
What I believe was a deliberate attempt. I believe they made themselves deliberately unpalatable because they they would have just kept on winning elections, possibly, or at least narrowly until they ended up in like a deadlock state. At least this is like a clean cycling. At least this is them doing. Yes, it's a mandate for them.
Mandate, yes.
Hitchens saved the party from themselves.
Oh God, Hitchens.
Yeah. I believe they have made themselves unelectable, and that's why now you're seeing all of this upheaval in the Tories of trying to figure out what the hell to do with themselves, as we'll look at here in a few moments. Would they really?
Have you guys seen the media attempt to make Keir Starmer not just palpable? Yes. Everybody knows that he's a charisma black hole, but then trying to make him not just palpable, but sexy.
Let's go to that then, because I was going to say that for later, but let's go ahead and get into that. He really is. Let's go into some of these.
He's the most plastic politician that I have seen in. Who would be his American equivalent?
Richard Spencer.
Oh my God, the fucking Spectator. It's a Spectator too. This one's
yes.
That's the weird one. The woman's just like, oh, I would consider having a corridor.
Strimple.
More like Zoe Strumpet, yes.
Yeah, thank you. Okay. Same wavelength. All right, who would like to take this?
Put it in the chat.
I have it on screen, but I'll just.
Yeah, I can see it on. Do you want me to take this?
Sure. You want to start this ridiculous article?
I'll do the honors. Should I start from the beginning?
Sure.
What persona should I adopt for this? Should I should I be aching housewife or
actually,
seductive mistress?
Whatever lane you go with, I'll match or try to.
Yeah, okay, all right. I'd all but forgotten about David Cameron when he I'm turning into the like erotica audiobook narrator.
Yes. How else do you read this?
I'd all but forgotten about David Cameron when he returned as Foreign Secretary under the last government, and the first thing I remembered about him when he returned was his chin.
Oh, it's a powerful chin.
By which I mean its grim absence, and how, combined with those thin lips and tiny mouth, more like a fish's than a person's, I have always found the man deeply unhandsome in a very Tory way.
Keep in mind, this meant to be a news piece.
Yes, it's just pornography.
This is a Spectator. Yes. Why is the Spectator like this?
It's a woman.
Yes, that's why.
This is what the Spectator is now. It's /fic for politicians.
Apparently.
Wait a minute. Lord. Wait, could I just read this next bit here?
Yes.
No, you go for it.
You go.
Do I have to use my sexy voice?
Yes, use the sexy voice.
I'll just, to be fair, I'll just use my my lower voice. We'll see how we do here. I'll get up the microphone. Now we have a new leader, and with it, a new paradigm of attractiveness. David Lammy. Sorry, can I just say this bit's really fun. He's a new foreign secretary. He's even less handsome
David Lammy,
than Dave,
who is an absolute fucking idiot,
and therefore revitalizing. Is she saying that black people are ugly?
I think she is.
Reread this. The new foreign secretary is even less handsome than Dave, but for different and therefore revitalizing reasons. She's saying she doesn't like black guys.
So she's saying even the lowest rung of white man is higher than David Lammy than the average black man.
Let's be clear, she's not wrong. David Lammy's bottom of the barrel. Okay, just
he definitely is. Yes.
Yeah.
Elsewhere in the cabinet, though.
Rebellion now, folks.
Oh.
Things hot up with a chic bony, luscious locked Angela Rayner and the Rachel Reeves of the world. But for me, they are the wrong sex, and thus, right now, to the very top, Starmer himself.
Wait, hang on.
Have you seen that Family Guy clip of like British sex, which is like almost, This is that.
Oh dear.
Perhaps.
Yeah, pretty much that. Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Oh God! Does anyone ever look at the news and just our regime in general? And go, how did we get here? It's like, oh my God! Our ancestors must look at us and go, "For fuck's sake, our descendants are retarded."
Well, this is where we live, though. This is the reality in which we
awful.
Reside.
It is.
Continue, please, Scrump. To read it. Well, you said you wanted to take the lead on this.
I know, but
Continue, and I'll take the next paragraph. All right.
Politically, I'm as lukewarm about the new Prime Minister as the next North London free marketeer. But as I did what I always do when a new leader is elected, Googled Leader Young, I found that as... Good Lord.
What?
Why women should never fucking vote?
Because women can't. This is what motivates women's voting. I found that he has form as a
beefcake. I couldn't read that. That's
what was peer benching back in the day? This is my new question. By the way,
I would like those of you who are not aware. Here's Keir Starmer. Here's the man she's fucking talking about.
He looks like a geography teacher. He does. He looks like a deputy head.
He really does.
Okay, would you like to see him young? Because I've just Googled, so I could double check. I'm going to put it in our chat.
I've had enough of this. I can't read these sentences. These are awful.
All right. Oh my god. Oh my sweet lord.
Beefcake.
Oh, no.
Here's the beefcake.
The sexiest man.
Looks like a razor head. Holy shit.
He looks terrible. He looks like a razor head across the guy from falling down.
All right. As the Wannon here, I suppose.
Come on.
This was your example of a beefcake. What the fuck? How?
Me. This is gonna hurt me. You understand this?
I understand this.
One picture see the Prime Minister as a lead student lying on his front on the floor with mates, an impressive array of biceps visible, and a downright saucy pin-up face, cheekbones to die for, nice full mouth, thick cropped of hair on the forehead. While he's no longer that fitty? How do you pronounce this word?
Well, let me see.
Fitty, as in like, oh, he's a fitty, isn't
fitty.
he?
Okay. Oh,
would someone please get this bitch some dick?
She
My
called him a
God.
fitty.
Wait, I think I've found the picture she's on about. I've found the picture she's on about. Here we go. Are you ready?
I'm not ready.
Here we go.
Here it is. This is it. Yeah. This is the exact picture she's describing.
Big bicep.
Look, he's also got the zoomer haircut.
He's got the broccoli cut.
Look at him. Beef. This is awful.
Beefcake.
Like,
oh my god.
It's almost like Twink Starmer.
Yeah. Yeah, Twink Starmer.
I'm not up for Twink Starmer.
It's like a member of like the gay Sex Pistols.
Jesus. Oh yeah, the gay sex. Well, he's still a relatively fine figure of a man. Over the weekend, Jane Garvey wrote in the Times that Starmer was unlikely to prompt many erotic dreams, and that maybe that's a good thing. I see it differently. What even kind of a statement is that?
Come on, Aiden, you're not smoldering.
Like this article. What? How do you think this reflects in your publication?
Why did you spend money on this article?
The thing is, it's not just this article. There's been a wave of them.
There's at least 3.
I've got them all up.
Really?
I've got them all.
All of the
Yes, I've got them all.
To all of the publishers, I have a simple message. There's still time to delete this.
Yes.
It's time to stop, okay?
Starmer is the first Prime Minister since Tony Blair, with whom I would happily consider a saucy affair. Oh, so she wants to fuck Blair as well?
Okay. Can I just point something out? I'm under the impression this woman just gets her rocks off being close to power.
I guess so.
That is her fetish.
Tony Blair, really? Old tone? You're on with that.
Hey,
okay, I suppose.
Hey, don't.
As a British subject and voter, I take a different view to Garvey. That Starmer is beefcake adjacent is a good thing. He looks like he could actually take someone on in a fight. Really?
Right, Twink Starmer.
No, he doesn't.
This guy looks like he'd take someone on in a fight. Who? A cripple. Myself.
He's gonna fight. I mean, he can fight Biden, but that's about it.
Yeah, he could fight. You could fight me. You could fight Biden.
Anyone could fight Scrump.
He looks like someone who would cry if I even gave him a pint of beer.
He's eminently Chinese burnable.
Yes, he does. He does look like a fucking dog.
He looks like if furious, he could be dangerous. He looks short.
Why is he trying to make him sound like James Bond?
I know, trying to make him sound like
This is so weird.
It's incomprehensible. He looks, in short, like one used to think men ought to look like. Lady, I don't know what you think men ought to look like, but it ain't like this. I'm sorry. Rishi also brought good looks to power. What is this horniness? This whole article on the Spectator, just some woman.
Why is
someone
the
need to give this
Spectator?
woman some dick? Dear God.
I think this
Why is
woman
this-
has a type.
Yeah.
Oh God.
How old is this woman? That's a good question, actually.
They were of a more elfin, small-statured variety. Starmer looks like he would be at home on a rugby pitch.
No, he
isn't,
wouldn't. No,
sadly.
shut the fuck up. As
He
the
doesn't
rugby
look
fan,
anything-
as maybe a fan in the rugby stadium, but sure,
Yeah,
he's not like one of the
as a
players.
fan.
Rugby
And
players are like at
also-
least 95 kilograms, built like brick shithouses. He ain't doing shit. Fuck that.
This woman is on a cocktail of birth control. I'm calling
Must
it.
be.
Yeah,
Must be.
Oh God, yeah.
Yes, because this is the hormone and birth control stuff makes women attracted to men that they normally would not be attracted to. So yes, good call there. And also like the kind of man you can yell at in a hormonal rage, and it just glance off the surface. What a self-report.
So basically, you want to yell at the man, and the man just goes, "Oh, fuck it out of here, bitch," and just ignore you.
I guess.
No, well, no. What it sounds like is she's saying he's so manly and dashing and strong,
Stoic.
but also he's more than willing to just take a bitch
Take
fit
your
from
bullshit.
her and then just be accepted.
How bizarre.
Good
What a
God.
strange dichotomy.
I'm so wrong-footed by this being in the Spectator roleplay.
Right.
I think it's hilarious.
Agreed.
Again, that's what makes it so funny.
Why? I guess
Why
they
would
have
you-
to just like simper and suck up to the new regime in certain ways,
Yeah.
but it's so weird. It's so literal. And maybe this was cooked up by the PR firm who's trying
I don't
to
know, but
push
this is
Starmer
such
as
a-
being quote unquote
That Starmer's
prime
sexy.
ministerial, But yeah, it's just like let's say that Starmer's sexy, but it's just
This is
doesn't
very
make
odd.
any
He
sense.
doesn't know. He has no fucking personality.
Well,
It
maybe
is
this
strange.
does this test like the limits of what the media can convince people of? Because this feels like a test. This feels like them going, right, can we actually convince people of something that is so ridiculous, like the fact that Keir Starmer is some sort of sex
You keep
symbol?
reading. I'm thinking probably not.
I think that might be possible, Scrump.
Wait! What's this next? What? Sorry, I've
Yeah.
I'm also reading on further.
This
Spoon,
bodes
do you
well.
wanna-
The
do you wanna
Prime
finish
Minister.
us?
Oh, spoon. Yes. You go ahead. You haven't read yet.
No, I hate all of you people. This
No, read it
bodes well.
sexily.
Yeah, no,
Read it
fuck
sexily.
off.
Come on, Spoon,
By
sexily.
default. I don't fucking need to put on a voice. This bodes well. The Prime Minister. Oh, come on, let me just bring this in close. This bodes well. The Prime Minister ought to look tough but unflappable. Are we talking about the same person?
Apparently.
Apparently.
Well, she's
Fucking
flapping
hell.
about, apparently.
And after so very many years of Tories with bad
It's
mouths,
flapping,
bad chins, portly Bordeaux swelled middles, absurd hair, and vanishing jawlines, okay, that's just a shot at Boris, it feels positive or at least interesting to have to look at someone with standard masculine features. Bitch, you have never
Standard
seen a
masculine
masculine man in your entire
features.
life.
This man.
Is she saying that there've been such goblins in politics, like Michael Gove, that someone
To
who
be fair,
looks like a
Michael
geography
Gove-
teacher is a revelation?
Michael Gove does
Why
look
is
like a
she
fucking
foaming
gremlin.
at the gash for for
And she
Keir
is.
Starmer?
Because
Unbelievable.
because the standard of quality has been very low, Scrum. That apparently is the reason why.
She could just choose not to thirst over politicians.
You're
Yeah.
right. But it doesn't
Wouldn't
have
be
the
that
power.
difficult?
It doesn't have it's the power. That is what she is ultimately after. It's like, what I want power. What is the prettiest vessel I can get it in?
This guy is with Starmer. He's your prettiest vessel? Okay.
Well,
Well, she also said
apparently not.
she said she was also lusting over Rishi Sunak, which is insane to me.
Wow.
I
but
mean, she
okay.
needs
He
a
looks-
diversity quota.
But apparently,
There you
then he's not handsome. Actually, I've changed my mind. The hormonal birth control just left my system for a brief moment, and I was able to write this next sentence.
Okay,
In
let's see.
some ways, Starmer's pretty ugly.
Very strange.
All right. But that's also of a piece with the kind of masculinity we've been lacking in the many years of Tory rule.
Excuse me?
What?
What a bizarre thing.
The looks of the man of a son of a toolmaker. Clearly, a man of the working class. His
How-
wife face, his big forehead, his shock of non-silly grey hair, friendly wrinkles. Though he's short at 5'8", still taller than Rishi and Boris, are all refreshing.
What? He's ugly, but that just makes
he's
it
ugly, but this is the
makes him endearing.
So well, no, if you've looked into if any of you have looked into the data on how the left perceives beauty, for example, they tend to find actually unattractive features more attractive, for a really bizarre kind of. I don't know how to describe it.
The disgusting genetic reject makes them.
Yeah, so they find
Jesus,
unattractive
Harry, tell us
features
how you really feel.
more attractive. Well, but it's true. They find unattractive features more attractive because they are dysgenic. That's just everything about leftism. The more you look into it, and I mean this, having spent the last 7 years of my life looking into leftist politics and the psychology associated with them, every single thing about it is dysgenic.
Well, it's a biological function, really,
yes.
isn't it?
Yes.
Why is everyone in politics such a manlet, though?
Dude, I can't believe he's at 5'8" and he's taller than Rishi and Boris.
Yep.
Then
I'm 5'6". I'm 5'7". What the fuck? I'm the same height essentially.
That's quite strange compared to America, because Trump is like 6'3".
Yes, Trump's
pretty
that's
tall.
bizarre.
But
That's
then
insane.
maybe it's just European politicians. I think like Mussolini was only 5'5", 5'6" or something. Hitler was pretty short. Churchill was pretty short, as far as I'm aware. Chamberlain didn't look very tall.
The height of people in general has gone up over time. Maybe it's because of, I don't know, hormones in the milk or something. But yeah, at 5, I'm not considered a really tall woman at 5'7" in this point. But I didn't realize that I'm apparently taller than Rishi and Boris.
I mean, Boris is 5'8".
Well, no, she's saying that he's 5'8" and taller than Rishi and Boris.
I put
tall for a bird.
5'6".
That's
who's
crazy.
5'6"?
I'd imagine Boris. I'm glad to know that it's 6'3". If I ever found myself in a fight with any of our recent prime ministers, I could
you could
put
beat them
my hand out on their forehead and they couldn't.
Yeah, they wouldn't be able to do anything. That's bizarre, though. And then there's his wife. Go ahead.
As someone who's like 5'10", 5'11", it gives me immense relief that everyone in politics is so fucking short.
Crazy.
Yeah,
And
Boris,
then there's
Boris
his
is
wife,
5'9".
Vicky Starmer. She's a minxy lady by any standards, even those that exist outside of politics. Trim with an interesting face and a natural music festival-esque beauty. What does that mean?
What does that mean?
An interesting face.
Interesting. It sounds like a non. That is a non.
Interesting face is a way to say you're not pretty. That's basically all that means.
Yeah, that is a non-compliment.
Music festival beauty just means that if I'm absolutely smashed out of my mind on drink and drugs, I might give you a go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it also means like not very well made up.
Yeah.
Possibly covered
hence the phrase interesting.
Yes, again, that's an anti-compliment. There is more than frivolity in sexually assessing the new influx of those in power. Looks reflects tribes.
Wait, is she going on physiognomy here?
Yeah, apparently, looks reflects tribes. They speak directly to ancestry. The Cameroonian.
Did she just talk about his wife and then talk about looks indicate tribes?
Yes. How this is insane.
This is weird.
This come out in the most recent issue of Spectator had a big "What Israel Needs to Do." Is this related to that? That was the front cover.
Hey, this is very odd. She's getting into like physiognomy checks here.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, Starmer's wife is. So yes, keep going.
Too many bottles of Burgundy to a habit of bad jokes, public schoolboy, or a Bullingdon club in tone and spirit. They speak in short to a sense of who is running one's country, and in the utter absence of successful politics, as plagued the last batch of Tories, the realization that their thinking is as hackneyed and predictable as their taste in jokes, their chin-jaw angles, and their exhausting machinations and tricks. But in Starmer's rugby player face, oh my god.
Off, bitch.
This is so weird.
It's so bizarre. In his attractive non-Tory wife, we see not just possible oogling potential, but a new era etched in their faces. We see change, which may yet go either way, but in the honeymoon period before catastrophe strikes, is as refreshing as a cool draft of lemonade after an endless scorching day. Lady, you're nuts! Zoe Strimple, you're insane.
This is so weird.
It's not just, but here's the thing that makes it weirder. It's not just her. It's a whole bunch of this.
Yeah, this is the narrative. This is actually just like, this is almost like weird Dear Leader shit.
Keir Starmer is the Downing Street
wait,
daddy.
there he is punching a punching bag in the bottom right there, on the bottom right. This is the man who could take us in a fight. This is the man who's going to protect Britain.
This is, again...
Oh my God.
It is like weird, like, we love the Dear Leader shit. It's like, yes,
This is crazy.
Well, they're also basically calling him a Chad and calling the Conservatives like chinless chuds.
Dude, look at
you are the
this
Swede
dude.
Jack, and I am
Look
the
at the
Chad.
size of his nose. Come on now. Here's this one too. It's from GQ. Welcome to Hot Centrist Dad Summer.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't see this
What
one.
is with the sex appeal? Why? Why is this a thing?
I don't understand this.
Like, I knew that there was going to be some kind of media blitz to try and convince people that Keir Starmer is anything but an incredibly boring man. This is not where I was expecting it to go.
I don't think anyone expected it to go into the hot... I don't think anyone could have expected that the turn would be... In fact, Keir Starmer is a hot dad.
Next thing on the item will be the Keir Starmer OnlyFans.
I suppose so.
I can maybe explain why this is if you want. Because I think
go
I
ahead.
have an
Please
idea.
try to.
The people we have on screen there, honestly, Rowan Atkinson is probably the best looking one, which is quite fucked up.
Yeah.
He's also
Rowan
the personality.
It looked all right, to be fair.
Mm.
The reason this is happening is because I think they're trying to do what happened in the Blair years. Is they're going to do a lot of very light stories. There's going to be a lot of puff pieces about Keir Starmer, the cabinet, about Labour, and news is going to go from like crisis level scandals to puff pieces. I think this really is going to be some of their approach moving forward. It's going to feel like trashy, worthless, slightly weird, slightly cringy, like GQ magazines and bizarre human interest spectator pieces. It's a great dodge, really. It dodges the woke stuff. It dodges the omni shambles, as people say, stuff. And I think this really will be a lot of the tone going forward. They're going to try and have as much of this as humanly possible, because it really does, completely change the political temperature to the degree that people find this slightly annoying and slightly weird, but they much rather have it than fear porn. Enough of this stuff calms people down and switches people off from politics when a party
you're gonna see it. You're gonna see
a minority wants to rule.
You're gonna see the data in my new video where I'm going to look into. No. Not to cut you off, but I've looked into this now to an extreme degree, and yes, I think that's it. Is that this fluff is all pointless to try and get people to be invested in politics again. Like, look at this art. I just skimmed through this article.
I think it's really to calm people down a bit. It's to make politics a bit more silly, a bit more light, a bit more palatable.
Yeah, you are right. Because even from our side of the aisle, whereas normally for the past months now, for the past few years now, all people like us at Lotus Eaters have been doing is complaining all of the disasters of Tory policy and all of the things that they've done to betray us. And people on our side are just going to look at this and start just having a bit more of a laugh with it. So it disarms our side as well, because instead of giving us something to be angry about, it actually kind of placates us by giving us something to laugh about.
Yes.
We all know it's ridiculous. We all know that nobody's going to be convinced that Keir Starmer is some kind of sex symbol out of nowhere. But it means that we're not talking about other things, because one of the other things that I've noticed is all of a sudden the media is just reporting about how, what was it the other day? Oh, yeah, the Navy just brought in 1,000 migrants who were trying to cross the channel.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
In, and it was just treated like normal. So all those things that were crisis level under the Tories is just going to be, the Labour's just going to keep doing it, but the media won't treat it as any serious deal.
100%. 100%. These, as funny as these articles are, you're completely correct, Harry, which is that the reason why they're being published is as a distraction. So we probably shouldn't be covering them at all.
No. We should be covering them. It's interesting the change in tone, covering them in like a meta sense. I know it's kind of gay in some people's estimation, but it is the way to look at it. It's like, right, what is this signaling that the news wants you to think? What is the actual purpose, the actual effect of this news cycle? And if you couple it with the junior doctor stuff, like the strikes kind of go melting away overnight. It's
this thing that you mentioned here, the junior doctor thing.
It's this drip of like good news and resolution coupled with light puff piece stories that will completely change the way people mentally think about politics. Because the way people mentally thought about politics between about 1997 and about 2002 was extremely different than how people felt about politics, kind of 2000 to 2008, especially different from how people thought about politics kind of 2020 to 2024.
And like you say, like this is an interesting article. Junior doctor is confident further strikes can be avoided after meeting with Streeting. Because the NHS is going to inevitably fail. And I'm sorry if that upsets people, but it's the truth. It's because there's not enough. There just cannot be enough money to go into the NHS.
Already has.
I mean, that's why they're trying to sell parts of it off for private anyway, aren't they? I've got to say, as much as this is dastardly, as much as this is evil in trying to just deflect from all of the problems that the country faces, I've got to give it to them. Already, Labour is showing a much more masterful understanding of the system than the Tories ever had. Because the shift in such a short time for the junior doctors, in less than a week, the junior doctor strikes sorted. Already the media has turned back around, flipped from constant crisis mode to, ooh, isn't Starmer a bit of lovely? I mean, I got to give it to them. That's a very impressive turnaround.
Well, they have the advantage of having, the entire media machine behind them, and also having the unions in pocket, because the unions aren't under different power center. The unions are actually very weak. They have a very, very, very nominal negotiating position, and really, they've been G'd up by Labour to do a lot of strikes because it helps disrupt the Tories. It's really basic electioneering that you pull all the levers you can, and one of the levers is the unions for Labour. And it's almost, I've had people message me and be like, it's almost too on the nose that these strikes were really just there to disrupt the Tories and make a fake, series of mini crises that can be resolved in very short order. It's really clear that, the strikes are being put away because they were never real. I mean, did you ever see any
they were never
action?
Real. Yes.
Was there any picket line clashes? Any arrests? No, it was some of the most polite industrial action I've ever seen.
Yes. Precisely. This is all performative. It was all fake. And now they're putting it away. They're putting it away because it's no longer politically expedient, is it? I want to go into some of the funnier stuff that happened from the election, though, because this stuff is sad and is going to end up being, really with the NHS, deleterious longitudinally. In a way that I don't want. I will get into some of the voting stuff in my video I'm going to make, that I'm working on. I've shared some of that data with Scrump, but that's going to be really sad. However, one thing I thought was really funny, as a result, or something that happened in the election, is Jacob Rees-Mogg, who I have actually been supportive of in the past, because he's a monarchist, is that he had to stand on stage next to this man on the dais wearing a baked bean balaclava. Now, the baked bean man did not win, but nor did Rees-Mogg. I just thought it was funny. I just thought it was fucking hilarious.
He does not look impressed.
It's just indicative of the absolute state of British politics. And I have some things I have to say about Rees-Mogg that I'm going to be a little bit irritated about here in a moment. Because I have supported him in the past. Yes, because he is doing the same freaking thing of being like, well, let's just reintegrate reform into the Tories, which is
no.
He's not alone. They're all doing that. They're desperate to do that. Here it is, though. Here's his little quote.
20,739.
As Labour swept him, like he did not lose to the baked bean man. Well, that would have been really funny, but he didn't. That guy was running as independent, I believe.
Rees-Mogg Conservative Party candidate, 15,420.
But he still had to be on stage next to the baked bean man.
From correcticus
It's hilarious.
I love that sentence.
Honestly, I don't really even find that kind of thing funny anymore because the baked bean man, the Count Bin face, in my local constituency, we had a similar one for the Monster Raving Loony Party. It's all just annoying leftist shit libbery.
Yes.
It's awful. Yes.
Yeah, it's not funny. It's taking a really outdated 1980s The Young Ones absurdity and transposing it into a context where it really just doesn't work anymore. Because we're not the same country as we were in the 80s. We're not on the... This isn't Thatcher's Britain.
Yes, you can't joke around with this stuff anymore.
Thatcher's Britain, sorry.
I agree. You can't joke around with this stuff anymore. These have serious effects.
It's not just... It's just trite.
Yeah, exactly. It's trite.
I think it's funny, mostly just because it's Mogg. And, you know, it's funny because it's like Mogg having like a Redditor.
It's Mogg getting mogged, and Mogg is such an upper-class twat.
Well, he's not just an upper-class. He's a fake landed gentry. He's not really anyone who believes in anything. I know people who've spoken to Rees-Mogg, and in private, all he talks about is
I wanted to like Rees-Mogg. I've many times wanted to like Rees-Mogg because he's a monarchist. And to be fair, and I'm saying this is because there's very few British politicians who are openly and actively monarchists. There's not a whole lot of them. Rees-Mogg is a rare instance of that. But at the same time, he's also a complete loser.
He's also a complete wet. What's he ever achieved?
Nothing.
Exactly. So he's completely worthless as far as I'm concerned. But really just this attitude of lefty smugness from these Lib Dem types where they show up in the baked bean balaclava. They make a mockery. I mean, you should make a mockery of the whole thing, but you should make a mockery of the whole thing by not putting any merit in it whatsoever. Not showing up with a ridiculous outfit on or some stupid mask over your face. Just fuck off. It
is embarrassing. The whole thing is embarrassing.
So much, and it's the fact that these people will all be the types who are listening to James O'Brien on LBC every single day. That guy, he's smug, he's making a joke, but he thinks right now that he's standing next to the devil incarnate because he's stood next to a Tory.
Well, I think it's funny that
we got the Tories with the baked bean mask.
But it's the whole thing. It's cringe. It's cringe. It's gay. It's ridiculous. But it's not maybe even the worst, which is which we'll get into, which is that did Reform elect an AI candidate?
It's clearly based off of Elon Musk.
It turns out no, but also it feels like catfishing almost.
It was an incredible catfish. This is the Tinder pic v reality.
Yeah. So apparently this guy is real.
The sign versus the actual burger. I know.
And he has come out and made a video like saying that no, I'm a real person. But he looks nothing like this. Like you get this little baby face in this picture.
Yeah, he looks about 12.
Yeah,
he also looks about 12. Elon Musk later in this picture.
Yes.
Yeah.
So apparently he is a real person, but he looked like an AI.
Well, he was an AI. The thing is, his defense is that he AI generated the image because they didn't have a good enough image for the campaign stuff. Because he was basically it was a paper-only candidate. As happens sometimes, there's candidates that just don't campaign.
But that's an insane idea.
What?
That you don't have a picture of yourself?
I know, it's mental, but
that's
apparently it's weird. This whole story is bizarre.
Sorry, from what I've been told about the local candidates and the local constituencies, most of the Reform candidates and their teams surrounding them, outside of the big ones like Lee Anderson and Nigel Farage and one or two other more high-profile ones, have just been a complete shambles. People who are obvious noobs to this whole process, who've never done anything like this. So it doesn't really surprise me all that much that they're like, hey, have we got a picture of the guy? And they all just look at one another, frantic.
Here he is.
A picture of the guy? Shit.
This makes me wish the thick of it was still being made, because this would be hilarious with the AI shit.
But this is one of the 5 now. Reform
bad
candidates
AI
who won.
picture. You gotta give it credit.
No, he's not.
But still, Reform won 5 seats.
Yeah.
This guy in his AI picture is one of them.
No, he's not.
Didn't he win?
No, he lost.
Oh, did he lose?
He was a candidate.
Oh, right, he did lose. Okay.
No, it's not the AI. The ones with actual faces got elected. No, they had a lot of paper-only candidates.
I was gonna say, oh my god, if this guy won.
And they
holy
were doing
shit,
it
that would've
mostly
been
to gauge
insane. Okay,
support
thank God.
levels.
Okay,
I
he
think.
did lose.
Yeah.
Okay.
Would the government be better run by an AI at this point? Would Skynet
maybe.
do a better job?
Probably. I actually thought he was one of the people who won. Fuck me.
Can we not have this guy running the country, but his AI picture running the
It would
country?
be funny. Yeah, he did have to he did come out and made a subsequent video where he said oh no, I'm a real person. Look, here I am. I'm real. And I do have to say, as someone who has been accused of being an AI many times, it is an
you've
annoying.
not used an AI generated
accusation.
image of yourself, have you? That's just asking
No, I
for
never
it.
have. But
That
but
is
because I
just
don't
asking for
often
it.
I don't often go on camera. Even when I go on camera, it doesn't matter. People still that's an AI thing.
To be
Whatever.
fair, when I met Aiden in person, both times when I went to shake her hand, my hand phased through hers,
Yeah,
so I'm
because of-
still unsure.
I mean, that was the AI. Oh, wait, what? Way worse, though, than this guy. I thought he did get elected, but,
No, he didn't get elected. They didn't elect the AI guy, okay?
they did
Oh,
elect
no,
this
it's
dude,
Megamind.
though. They did elect
Zoom in.
Megamind here,
There
though.
He is. There he is. Fucking
Everyone just, oh my god. Reform did elect Megamind ass-looking motherfucker. And by the way, this guy's...
This
No, he's
this
Labour.
little homie, this
Yeah,
little homie is
he's back.
20... He
Aiden,
is
he's Labour,
22
apparently.
He's
years
Labour.
old. Oh,
Aiden,
Labour, not Reform.
are you getting confused?
Yes, because I'm... Sorry, yes. This was
American.
Labour. No. I mean, yes, but... I don't know why I said it was Reform. This guy got elected to Labour. He is 22 years old. Look at this dude. I mean, what... And then he's
You were
going to
never going to be able to take this person seriously, ever. Just
No, and then he's going to explain he doesn't understand anything about politics.
and
He's
his
about to explain
voice. Oh
right
my
here
good god! If you thought the
in his
fucking
his
head was
own,
a distraction.
kind of winning speech.
Thirsting after this guy.
Oh yeah.
No, I want a Spectator article thirsting after this guy now.
Oh,
Oh,
right,
God,
right.
that'd be funny.
I would
I
love a
wouldn't say
Spectator
he may
article.
be ugly, but his bulbous head.
Look at look at that big brain. What a.
Yeah.
I grew up in quite a deprived rural area in the northeast of England, and kind of over those years saw.
Sorry, I got thrown off my
yas.
fucking
Oh,
game.
he's got Geordie accent. He's been.
Yeah,
I
Geordie
don't
accent,
think he
yeah.
was deprived. He was depriving everybody else to grow that enormous head.
That freeze frame, by the way, is
around me,
outstanding.
so a high street.
His giant bulbous head.
Schools,
His sharp, haunting features.
So funny.
His sunken eyes, his weird lips.
I mean, like, dude,
bizarre
Projects a
hairline.
vision
Look,
of
look,
masculinity we've not
I
seen in
don't-
a long time.
I don't want to talk too much shit about people's personal appearance.
Look
But
at the angle
holy-
of his
but-
fucking ears. No.
How can you not? How can you not with this little dude? This dude is 22 years old and got elected in
Oh,
where was it?
my
West
good
Cambridgeshire.
God.
As an
Oh,
MP.
man.
He's 22.
Leaving lots of people having to travel a really long distance to get to schools in the morning. And I never really made the connection to politics for a couple of years after that, when I was in the cohort of students, the first one whose A-level results were
Oh,
cancelled
fucking
during the
list.
pandemic.
Jesus Christ.
And as a result of that, I became a lot more interested in sort of what's going on politically, and I kind of then got involved myself, ran to be a counsellor, did that for a couple of years, and have
Couple
just-
of years.
Yas.
You're 22, homie.
Yeah, a
Elected
couple of
as
years.
the
Who's his fucking dad? Where's his family from?
Yeah. Well.
Who's Lord? Who's is he son of Lord so and so?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
bet he
yeah.
must be.
Must
From
be.
a tainted
must be.
version of the Shy by the looks of it.
The thing is, his head changes shape so much. His ears are at like a
Jesus
45
Christ,
degree
how
angle.
big his fucking skull is. Like, I can't understand. Look,
Oh, bless that poor woman who fucking gave birth to that.
yeah,
Jesus
I'm so
Christ.
sorry
His poor
for his
mother.
mother. His
Yeah.
poor mother.
Yeah.
But, like,
His poor
it's like
mom.
she must be destroyed for having to birth a man with a skull.
It's just split in two horizontally.
Like gaping gillet were.
Parliament.
You graduated from Cambridge University. You're clearly a bright guy.
No.
Come on.
Come on. Oh, you graduated from Cambridge. That must
Oh,
mean you're a
come on.
bright
That
guy.
was, there's no way in hell that wasn't deliberate.
No.
And look at her
Come
face. Look
on.
at that woman's face. I mean, look at her.
looking at me.
You reckon they even looked at his results from school and college, or did they just?
No, just like you just graduated from Cambridge, therefore you must be
Coming
a
straight
bright
in.
dude.
Big
They
brain,
didn't. No,
Jesus.
you didn't say he was a bright dude because he graduated from Cambridge. It's because you looked at the size of his fucking cranium.
Yeah. By the way, do you think they have just voices in the ears like, don't mention his head, don't mention his head, don't mention his head? Like,
I'm tempted to make an edit of this. I just put the Labour
Tricky
Party, but...
Oh, my
And one of the
God.
criticisms of MPs is that they are, you know, many of them don't have real-world experience.
Well, you certainly
You've
don't.
touched on some of it there, but at 22, can you really offer real-world experience?
Oh my God! Wait, just if you haven't heard this before, just again, this guy is 22 years old, despite his mega mind. Listen to his freaking response.
Imagine
of his real life, his real life experience, and as to why he should be an MP. This is unbelievable.
And to bring that to the House of Commons?
Well, I have a lot of experience that older members of Parliament won't. You know, I've been renting insecure housing in the private sector for...
I've been renting insecure housing in the private sector, so therefore, oh my God.
We shouldn't be surprised. This is pretty typical lefty talking points, really, isn't it? Just the idea that, well, of course I'm qualified. I'm a victim.
Absolutely.
What
Every
does he mean
time
by
it's
insecure housing?
He is with that cranium. That actually like
he's
legitimately
saying
is like a disability.
that he rented low value housing while he was a student.
Insecure. What does he mean by insecure housing? Do they have to tell the housing it looked good in the morning?
But that's all it is.
You're doing great. You're doing great.
He's clearly
He was
from a
constantly
wealthy
reassured it would
background.
fit in. That's the reason.
He's clearly from a wealthy background, so he
Yeah,
just
maybe
had
the
to.
door frames were insecure.
Well,
every time
for
he
the size of the
passed through
head,
them.
yeah, like they couldn't fit the size of his freaking cranium, you know.
quite a while now, and that's an issue facing not just young people,
sorry
but people
about that,
all
Naomi.
across
I'm sorry
the
you
age
had to deal with that.
spectrum. And it's something that I intend to do a lot of work on now that I'm...
Yeah, you got to make sure those door frames are bigger to fit the size of your massive skull.
There's no way now he
So,
can wear t-shirts, can he? Every like the neckline
I always get a
must
little
be
bit
killed.
frustrated when people mention life experience because
You can only wear button-ups.
no one
Yeah, exactly.
has yet been able to explain to me why being older makes you better at the job.
Being older makes you more experienced. That's why.
Okay, I kind of have to defend him slightly on that because look at Joe Biden.
True. Well, Joe Biden's
There's a
dementia addled.
extreme example there.
Yes.
Yes,
So
but
that's an
look,
extreme
look
example.
At,
So
look at
let's...
the current politicians that are older in America. How many
Yeah, but-
experienced
Yes,
politicians do you think are
but
anyway
let's be
decent?
clear that having a little bit more experience in life is going to make you know more about politics. I think
Also,
all of
sorry,
us here
Look
know
at this.
more about
look
politics
at
now than we
this
did when we were
frame.
22.
Look at this freeze frame. Do you
Yeah.
trust this man with your local
Yeah.
politics?
No, but
I
that's
do
not
not
because
trust
of his
this man.
age,
I mean,
Harry.
Harry,
There's
look at
other
how
factors
big his
involved.
brain is.
Look,
the reason.
Look at the size of his head combined with the wide, dead, expressionless eyes.
Look at this dude.
Yeah, well, yes, he has those
Look
dead
at the top
fish
of
eyes.
his head.
He has those dead fish eyes, but look how big his brain is. Clearly, he's smarter than us.
Oh, no.
Us stupid plebeians. We couldn't possibly know as much as Megamind here could.
Experience, I think that's
my
why.
God.
But what kind of experience?
Well, by definition, over the years, you gain more experience.
Dude, how...
But what-
I'm actually astonished. How can his head be this big? I'm actually flabbergasted.
He needs
Why
to
is
see his hair. We need to see. We need to
Yeah,
find
it
out
might
what's
be
going
hair.
on under there.
Yeah, I need to know what's going on underneath the hairline. What's that, Bill? What's that, Bill? Well, I don't know. That's why we need to shave his head.
If you saw him from profile, I guarantee his head's as flat as a fucking
Right, it's settled.
Yeah, I
then.
want it
Okay.
to
Yes.
just be perfectly flat. I want you to be able to rest a dinner plate on it.
What's this guy
I-
called again?
Sam.
Just type in UK Megamind, you'll probably fucking find him.
UK Mega.
Yeah, type in UK Megamind. You'll find who his name's like Samuel. Oh, it's Carling. It's Carling. 'Cause it's the name of the beer.
Oh no.
Yeah, terrible. His name's
I
Sam
guarantee you
Carling,
that's what
I
his mother was
believe.
drinking before he was fucking born.
Yeah, that's what she was drinking when he was, conceived.
Someone needs to
She's
shave
drinking
him. Someone needs to
human
shave
growth
Sam
hormone
Carling
while
and
he was
find
in
out the
the womb.
mystery.
What kind of
It's like
experience,
what's under
right?
Ed's hat,
Well,
you know?
life-
No one's been able to...
Dude, like, how is his head this fucked up though? Whatever.
Well, we're going around in a circle there, aren't we?
Oh, no, good for you, Stu. No, good for you batting back. But, you can talk about all the things you just mentioned of renting, jobs, children, children's services, looking after old people, old elderly relatives, healthcare issues, all the sorts of things.
You didn't mention any of that, by the way, so interesting for you to have thrown that in there, but okay.
You get over a lifetime. That's the point.
Yeah, I mean, look, as I said before, I've had a lot of experiences that lots of older MPs won't have had, and I've done quite a lot.
Such as? What are your experiences?
Being bullied for having a massive head. There's no one else.
Yeah,
in
I suppose so.
That
That's your experience, having a massive skull.
For my age as well. I mean, I've been a counsellor.
I mean, I am genuinely sorry for his mother, because there's no way she survived this.
For a couple of years, I'm a cabinet member responsible for about 17 million
so
pounds
many jokes
of
for this,
public
like,
money over the last year. I've been a trustee of a university, and I've done a lot of other things that perhaps wouldn't necessarily be typical for someone of my age.
Okay, so this guy's a loser. Okay. So now
where's Brian the dog, his sidekick?
Yeah.
Yes.
You know what he reminds
So
me
the
of?
dragging
He
of
reminds me of like
reform.
Yosumitsu before he became an alien.
The dragging of reform into the Tories has
I get it.
begun. We all, well, excuse me, specifically, Scrump, you predicted this. You anticipated that this would happen. So
Everything
the Tories,
is proceeding as I have foreseen
it.
yes. So the Tories must win back Reform UK, says Suella Braverman.
I love this. So can I just say I covered a bit of this on the podcast earlier today, and the little speech that she gave at NatCon was fucking incredible, because the entire speech was, I failed. I couldn't do a thing. I tried to get the Home Office to do their jobs, and I couldn't get anybody to do anything. Anyway, support me.
Let's be clear about Suella Braverman. What is her entire platform based on? Is that she doesn't like the trans stuff, I think, mostly at this point. Is that it?
I think it's literally, I tried and failed to actually do anything in government. I tried to get the Home Office to
she's
stop
a
the votes,
complete
and they
utter
didn't.
failure.
Anyway, vote for me next time. How do these two follow on? This is not a great sales pitch for yourself. That, I suck, support me.
The biggest thing is that the Tory government's especially post Boris Johnson, couldn't seem to get like Britain in gear. They could. It was like it's like they couldn't get the clutch in. It's like the grind. It's just like they couldn't get it in gear. It's just really. I suppose it's a good demonstration that really is just a permanent bureaucracy that runs Britain. But she just goes to the Home Office and goes, "Can we have less migrants?" And the Home Office goes, "No."
No.
And she goes,
she
"Oh,
says
please." And the Home Office goes, "No." I'm giving you.
She said
"Oh, please."
She said reform
And then they go, right, if you ask one more time, we'll get more migrants.
Look at this. This is this quote. That reform posed an existential threat to the Tories.
Existential.
Existential.
Is that a reference to the previous guy? Is it?
Oh, excuse my American accent on that.
That's less of an egg. It's more of a I don't know about shape.
Existential.
Bizarre.
Existential? What do you want me to say?
Say it how you want to say it. I was making fun of you. It's fine.
Oh, I know you always are, you little dick. All right. Anywho, she's Braverman. I have no faith in whatsoever.
Well, she resigned. She resigned in a big huff.
Yes.
So did Kemi. So did Kemi Badenoch.
No, Kemi has not. No. Yes, we'll talk about Kemi Badenoch right now. So I was a supporter of Kemi Badenoch 5 years ago, because she said some
for very specific
things.
Reasons.
Yes.
Yeah.
We need to get on
what they
those.
would be.
This was about. Sorry, this was about.
It involves the word jungle.
Rees-Mogg. It starts at 33%, 33 seconds.
I like the way Aiden's not acknowledging it. Very smart.
No, I will. No, I'm about to talk a whole bunch of shit about Kemi Badenoch, so we'll get into that.
Never mind. I see the fever.
Because No, I'm about to talk a whole bunch of shit about Kemi Badenoch. Someone who I did support previously, and now is set to be the maybe the leader of the Conservatives, which is insane.
The Conservatives.
Yes,
You've got...
you didn't know that, Spoon.
No.
Kenny Badenoch is one of the four people who are set to be the leaders of the Conservatives in the UK. Yes, she's up for that kind of role.
Nigel Farage in the House of Commons, Lee Anderson, and Rupert Lowe in Great Yarmouth, three members of Reform. Can you see an alignment now with the Conservative Party, whatever that is?
This is a terrible, terrible, terrible response from Rees-Mogg, where he is apparently going along with this idea of that actually Reform needs to realign itself with Labour. Or excuse me, not with Labour, with the Conservatives. That's an insane idea, in my opinion. They need to divest themselves.
This, in the late 2010s, when it came to Brexit, because they said we basically have to adopt the Brexit policy as Tories, or else we're fucked. And then they did, and then they decided, oh well, we'll just not actually do jack fucking shit.
It didn't work then.
So why the hell would the people trust them to do the same fucking thing now?
The Conservatives suck. Exactly, Spoon. The Conservatives fucking suck. Just split off from them. Stop trying to do this. But immediately, following the election...
It basically seemed to grift on populism.
Yes, the Reform Party just wants to go right back into being subsumed into the Tories, which is absurdist.
Basically the cucked fucks who do nothing.
Yes,
we exist in opposition in name
We'll see what happens, but I think at some point there's going to be some kind of... If not merger, then I'm not really sure what's going to happen.
That's what they're all demanding right now. Is a merger.
There's a lot of pressure to quote unquote unite the right. Not in the what's his face Spencer kind of way, but
you know what I mean? Is it like don't do this splinter group that actually has conservative ideals. In fact, you must go.
I don't know, Harry. You must have spoken to a few Reform people at least at some point. What's your read on how they feel about merging with the Conservative Party?
Honestly, I actually haven't.
All right.
I know people who have, but I haven't spoken to anybody in particular.
What's your opinion then of the idea of the Conservatives reuniting with Reform?
I mean, all that will do is form the Conservatives.
Yes.
And the entire party will go back to doing nothing useful.
Yep.
Not that Reform actually doing anything useful was pretty high on my predictions in the first place. So, yeah, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, the system and the party system in Britain is completely broken, fake, and gay.
True.
Anyway, so I don't know if there's a political solution to all of this. I just shout at headlines.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you 100%. Is that
that's what I do as well.
All of this is fake and gay, and it's insufferable. But here's Rees-Mogg doing his little fucking pivot towards let's move back together again. Reform needs to be part of the Conservatives' insanity. Despite the fact that we all just spent the last fucking political cycle trying to... Okay.
Well, I think it's too early to make specific realignments. There's just been an election campaign and differences have come out that weren't necessarily clear before the campaign started. But the absolute message of British politics is that the two wings of our polity need to be united to have a chance of winning elections.
What insanity.
So when Labour was divided between itself and the SDP, they lost heavily. When the Conservatives are divided between us and someone else, we lose heavily. And that we cannot win unless we reunite the Conservative family.
This is an insane thing to fucking say, Jacob.
Well, the thing is, he is, unfortunately, within the internal logic of electoral politics, correct. If you follow the internal logic of electoral politics, Reform really is it's the result of an inter-Conservative party tiff. In that most people voting Reform would much prefer to vote Conservative, but vote for a Conservative party
the data,
that was
yes.
actually Conservative.
Via the data, yes. But however, it should be that Conservatives should be integrating with Reform, not the other way around.
Well, the problem is, and I'll go. I won't do any dick weight. I'll go back to God. This must have been 2019, I think, the 2019 election when Corbyn lost. When I used to do Seal of Approval, the Rose of Dawn. She was saying that she couldn't envision Labour ever being in power again because of how much manoeuvring happened to keep Corbyn out, and how the Conservatives were so unpopular, but Labour managed to also kind of fall over themselves, and really there didn't look to be, with all the infighting going in Labour, and Labour
12 years,
two parties.
Like we said that since Labour's been in power.
They in 2019 Labour looked like they were doomed to never be in power ever again. And then what we got was, the
Conservatives fucked themselves by not doing a single thing they promised to do.
It deliberately, almost. It does feel like they did feel like that with Sunak. But it's the case of, well, the Conservative Party can waste its time, be a bit pathetic, try and go for the mythical centre ground, in quotes. But really, the depressing reality, and I know I always depressing reality, is that even if they are the worst Cameronite slop, even if they are the wettest Tories in the world ever, they will still eventually, if Labour runs out of political energy and they are sold by the media as the alternative centre ground, and Reform has, the legs cut off it by them effectively taking immigration off the table over the next 4 years, which I think they're going to try and do. Then who else is there to cycle back in? Even if the Conservative Party has no enthusiasm for it. I mean, Starmer has no enthusiasm for him.
No.
This is the end result of the Tories running out of political steam and Labour just kind of being there. And as long as the Conservative Party can just kind of be there, like it was in 2010 with David Cameron. A weird balloon-headed prick he was, but anyway. He's why is everyone in politics such a weird dysgenic freak, though? It's very.
I don't know. I guess to be in politics, you must be kind of a weirdo. I suppose.
Yeah. To end my point there, the thing is that all the Conservative Party has to tread water, and eventually Labour will run out of political steam because they've faced UKIP before at, say, 12 to 15% in the polls, and it's very similar to the way Reform is. This is really a rerun of the 2015 election in terms of the Nigel Farage number of votes. 4 million people basically voted for him in 2015, and 4 million people have voted for him again. I believe it's 200,000 more he's got over 9 years, which, if you think of it that way, is a little bit disconcerting if you're investing your time in the slow development of Reform. But sorry, I realised I've talked for a while here. But the point is that a lot of it does bring people back in. It brings people back into like the hopium den. It brings people back into the process. And I honestly don't.
Hopium den.
Yeah, I think it's 60-40. 60%. I think that the Conservative Party simply survives Reform, and Reform fades away in the same way UKIP did, or that they will merge together into the Conservative Reform Party, whatever they call it. The New Conservatives, or the New Labour did that. They could call themselves the Neo-Conservatives. There's one for you. But it's interesting that
have a chance
I think a lot of people say that the Conservatives can't just tread water, but
when Labour
they can. The depressing fact is
they can, yes,
they can, and they did.
Yes, as bad as the Conservatives performed this time, they are going to tread water. I believe that's probably correct. Anywho, to listen to this?
Divided between itself and the SDP, they lost heavily. When the Conservatives are divided between us and someone else, we lose heavily. And that we cannot win unless we reunite the Conservative family.
You can't. But this is, again, this insane thing of like, we just have to realign Reform with Conservatives and that's how we win. No, that's absurdist. That will not work whatsoever. I think that's an absurdist contention.
And to do that, we actually need to remember who the core voters are. And I think it's the core voters who have left us in this election. And they've left us because they felt that we weren't serving them.
Jacob, Chris.
What an insane idea, by the way.
That's
that the
literally
core voters...
every loss.
Yes,
that's the most boring political stump speech. No, we didn't listen to the voters. Yes, that's the reason every fucking politician loses, you twat.
Well, yes, that's why people don't vote for you, is because they don't feel that you are representing them.
Yes.
But it's an insane idea that the reason why Reform did not win more seats than it did is because they weren't representing the polity. That's ludicrous. I just think Mogg's being very silly here.
Krishnan here. Give us your assessment of Rishi Sunak's campaign.
Well, I don't want to be personal about the Prime Minister. He's done his best in difficult circumstances. Undoubtedly,
really?
the Conservative campaign had a few hiccups over the last few weeks.
Hiccups?
Hiccups? A good question. Hiccups. Hiccups in Rishi Sunak's campaign. He had to just fucking give up because he's an abject loser.
Hiccups, yes.
I mean, that.
Yeah, everyone, even in their studio, they're laughing at that response because it's absurdist.
To the night, certainly. What do you think went wrong?
Well, I think by the time the campaign started, it was probably...
And by the way, I used to like Rees-Mogg. I used to actually put my shit behind Rees-Mogg and say that I liked him because he's a monarchist. But this kind of stuff is insane. Like, this is horrific. You're a complete cock. You're a complete fuckboy when you say things like this. There's another way of I don't know how else to explain what Mogg's doing here.
Too late, but an umbrella might have helped on day one, little things like that.
So I guess we should, in all fairness...
But an umbrella on day one wouldn't have won us the election.
No, it wouldn't. And that's not about Rishi Sunak, it's about the other previous Prime Ministers. The one that brought you in closest was Boris Johnson, of course. Now, he did a deal in 2019 with the as-then Brexit Party. Is that the sort of thing that you would like to see now with Reform Party? Do you think
Brexit is Reform, it's the same party.
People forget that, though, that there was already an electoral pact between a Nigel Farage-led party and the Conservatives. That already happened.
Yes. And Reform and Brexit are the same party, let's be clear about that.
I thought we were the Brexit party. I thought we were UKIP.
It's the same thing. You kept the Brexit party. Yeah, you kept Brexit, Reform. They're the same party functionally, so who cares?
There's room for the two parties to merge.
Well, I think it was a mistake to get rid of Boris. He had a mandate from the...
This is the worst part. Holy shit, it was a mistake to get rid of Boris?
I mean, all things considered, it probably was.
Politically, it was, but it was time for him to be cycled out, basically. They had to pin all the COVID stuff on him.
Politically, it was, but I don't think it was.
You know what's been the funniest thing about the campaign, Labour's one, is the fact that the Tories were the one boasting about diversity the whole fucking time. And
Yes,
Labour
of course
just comes in, Labour is overwhelmingly white, and we're like, yes, we're pro-diversity. Like,
well, of course.
Can I ask you something quickly, Harry?
Yes.
Yes. There he is, Harry. To bring you above the Spoon and Aiden tipsy haze.
Yeah,
I'm sober. Scrump, fuck you.
No, I'm kidding.
We're both sober.
I'm sober yet sleepy.
I'm joking. It's the meme that you two are always drinking or drunk. You were saying you were drinking whiskey anyway, Spoon, earlier. But
I mean, to be fair, Aiden, you invite it. Your PFP is drinking.
Yes,
I'm gonna say.
Yes, but not right now. I am drinking, but I am sober.
Anyway, as I was saying, do you think it's had an effect that Keir Starmer has had like a visibly white campaign? You know, with a few exceptions, obviously, but he's really thrown out kind of the sensible, I guess, white manager thing. And one of my biggest kind of tips going into election was the fact that Starmer was effectively the white head of a party that represented, in many areas, brown people, but Rishi Sunak was the brown head of a party that traditionally was supposed to represent white people.
But true.
It's a really...
I think it's undeniable that clearly it's had an effect. A party like Labour that's so slick and so media savvy doesn't run the campaign and produce the campaign photos that it did without doing it for a reason, and that was because of the fact that contrary to the centre-right hope, which is that English people just don't have racial conflict. English people don't see themselves as white. They don't see themselves as distinct people. That's bullshit. That's cope. Clearly, they do. We do. And whether they would admit it in polite company or not, I know plenty of people, even boomers, even people who are closer to my own age, who really didn't like the fact that we had an Indian prime minister. Whether they had it on a rational level, that it was basically a foreigner managing our country on behalf of foreign interests, or they did it from a more emotional level, which is recognizing that he's not like us, is he?
He's not from here, is he?
He's not from round
here. You know who I was told that by? I was told that by Indian fucking migrants. That they didn't like the fact.
Foreigners can come here and say, that's a bit weird, isn't it?
Yes.
Why don't you have one of your own governing you? But this strange concept, which seems to be centre-right cope, that the English don't have any form of racial consciousness, just seems to be an excusable and more rational on such matters.
We must remember where we are in the conversation, which is that Reform have been doing this too. I know there was two different marketing teams with Reform, but Richard Trice quite infamously now put out that video of all the diversity candidates that Reform had. Many of them were paper candidates, but it was still the fact that they were putting out this performative diversity stuff.
Yeah, Tice totally fucked himself over on that.
Yeah, there's all this talk of Reform and, effectively a party for the native British population, but really Reform repudiates those terms. It's not just that they deny that there is, a British ethnicity. There's this idea that talk of, natives and ethnically British people and things like that is completely anathema to what is still a very down the middle, in many cases, civic nationalism platform that is an extension of the Brexit mood. I think people assume we're a lot further along with the whole debate about Britain and race than we actually are, because it's still like gas. People will still clutch their pearls and gasp at you if you mention the fact that people who've lived here for a long time aren't necessarily ethnically British, and that differentiates them in certain ways. That is unspeakable in politics still. That it's still these are our Reform candidates, and they're just as English as you are.
I have already said my personal experience with this, which is I will restate, which is that when I was in Birmingham, and I had this taxi driver. I've said this story before, and the other taxi drivers just dropped me off in the middle of nowhere and told me to go fuck myself, essentially. Here you go. And I am a cripple. People don't know. Everyone knows, I think, in the chat. But I did have this one man who was Pakistani, clearly, and he dragged my bag. I had this huge bag that weighed 40 pounds.
I know both me and Harry have carried that bag.
Yes, you've carried that huge bag.
It was the big. Harry was trying to mug me with it. He was picking it up.
I wasn't trying. It just happened naturally.
It just happened naturally.
You know how enormous that bag was. But the point is that some Paki, and I mean that in a derogatory fashion, Paki cab driver.
Gentleman.
Pakistani gentleman.
It was a Pakistani gentleman. Yes.
A Pakistani gentleman carried that bag around from hotel to hotel to hotel, because there was a freaking mishap or mix-up regarding where I was supposed to stay in Birmingham in that night. And he did that for no extra money. I paid him extra money, but he did it not requiring anything. And what he said to me specifically is that he said that the fact that people were not helping me was fundamentally un-British. And I believe, and that's true. I think that's true. That people would not help me was fundamentally un-British, and I think that's a very, very true statement. But that man was not. He was a Pakistani, clearly, but he understood what British morals and values were.
No such thing as British culture, mate.
No. My point is, he that dude got it. Right?
He went to boarding school.
Yeah.
Maybe, and so I don't have a problem with that guy. But he is the exception to the rule.
Well, to address what you're saying, and then to return to what Scrump was saying for a moment, and then I'm probably going to have to bow out once.
As am I, I'm afraid. I'm going to have to bow out at about 10 as well.
No problem, guys.
But basically, what you're describing there is the fact that as an outsider, essentially, he has a clearer view of what British culture is and what it is supposed to be than a lot of people do on the ground here, because they've grown up in a culture which tells them to forget the past, kill the past, take your culture and throw it aside. Consider that your own culture that comes naturally to you is no culture at all because of the fact that something comes naturally to you. This is the problem that we experience all the time, where people think that because they're swimming in water constantly, that the water's not there.
The fish does not know it is wet.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what happened there, and it's nice that this man seemed to look at it in a more favourable way. Come over here, recognise our history and culture as outsiders, and position themselves oppositionally to it. And returning to Scrump's point, if we return back to the ideas of whether or not a more racialized campaign hurt or helped Labour and Reform, I really must say that Reform, I think, really hurt them when Nigel Farage went along with what seemed at the time to be more of a Tice campaign, where they decided to make the entire campaign less about the manifesto, which we all saw it. Even somebody as cynical as Morgoth saw that manifesto and got excited. I saw that manifesto and I knew it was red meat. I knew it wouldn't come to anything, but I looked at that and I saw a party in one way or another acknowledging the worries, the fears, the problems that are being experienced primarily by the native population of Britain. Yes. But then, and I think that's one of the reasons that it's important why quite a few people who are otherwise cynical decided to tentatively dip their toes in supporting. Whereas when it flipped and turned into the more Richard Tice approach, where Richard Tice just wanted to throw brown people at and let you know that he's not racist, and don't worry if you vote for us.
Oh yes, he's not racist. Yes.
Nigel Farage decided to come out alongside it, support that entire tactic, and then say things like, could you imagine, because they did the classic, left are the real racists, because he came out and said, well, all of these Labour other candidates saying that they're doing it for their Muslim constituents and their Pakistani constituents. I think it's dreadful. Can you imagine if I came out and said, and I thought, after I said that, I thought, Nigel, you'd probably actually win a sizable chunk of the vote if you said that. Because I think, despite what people have tried to convince themselves, and despite what people have attempted to do to the British people, I think specifically with the working class, the true inner spirit of the British and what we think about our current situation is probably best exemplified by a man like Morgoth, rather than any centre-right Tory boy. Morgoth speaks to the inner monologue of your average working-class Brit as he goes through a town which is completely transformed in his own lifetime. And
it's horrifying. Well, it's horrifying. I watched that video that Callum made, where he went from the most British town to the least British town.
Oh yeah, that was excellent. It
was horrifying.
Just a reminder that people should stay out of the Lake District. It's so boring. Nothing's there. Don't go.
Yeah, don't go to the Lake District, guys. Or the West Pennine Moors.
It is harrowing, though. It's so much worse than I think Americans really understand from our own perspective of how bad it is in the UK, where there are entire districts. We do have this in the US, but it's different. But you have entire areas, entire cities in the UK where basically no one is British. And that is a massive disconnect.
And we're expected to pretend as though it's always been that way.
Yes.
And I think whether or not it was a Channel 4 stitch-up or not, I think it might have been a mistake to play as much into the Channel 4 stitches up as a bunch of racists angle. Because realistically, most of the, whether they'd put it in, most of the Reform base, you could say, the core demographic that Reform should be attracting, which would essentially be disaffected BNP voters who don't have a party that represents them anymore, would want reform to be the put the Navy in the Channel, man the guns, kick out the Indians.
It's a really interesting one, yeah, because I'm going to have to go in a couple of minutes as well, but it's something that I've thought in that it's strange that they went
I don't know
out...
what, but actually putting the Navy in the fucking Channel is going to do. I don't think it can do much.
Well, still, it's all stop the boat stuff. But the thing I noticed was that it was this very performative disavowal. They were running around, going, "Oh, this is so awful! It must be a Channel 4 stitches up, and this is so terrible. We don't believe in this." And really, what he's saying is something you could hear in any pub in Britain.
That's exactly my thought. I thought that if it was a Channel 4 stitch up, it was really quite clever because it sits them up in two ways. For the centre-right wet, it made them worry that, oh no, they really are a racist party. And then for the base, they heard the party overtly disavowing things that they believe, whether or not it was spouted by an actor or not.
Well, it's the over-focus. It's the issue that every time this happens, there has to be this performance that's done. Like I said, like it isn't said thousands of times on a daily basis in most of the pubs in Britain. Like this isn't just normal kind of pub talk, and it's a real sign that the politics hasn't moved outside of the sound bites, the tongue holding. There is no real sense of honesty, and it's not that they had to accept what was said. It's not they had to emphasize it. All they had to do was just go, well, we're not going to roll over for this. We're not going to run out and pretend to be shocked by all this. It's the same old stuff that the political class have always done. And it's just this idea that for someone on a political campaign to say something that is normal in many people's daily lives is abhorrent, as to be unthinkable, as to be a 4D deep chess devious attack on the party, when really all it is normal pub banter. And I just found that it's expected, but it's just so distasteful. It leaves a bad taste in your mouth when you realize that the political system is still so rigid to that degree, even with the extreme kind of conditions we've had, even after 2.6 million people coming in 2 years. Really, the politics in Britain hasn't altered. And that should be most people's takeaway from this, that there is no line, that there is nothing that will wake up the populace, in quotes, that there's really nothing that is going to create spontaneous action here. But I think that exemplifies that single event that they went into, rightly or wrongly, 4D conspiracy debunk mode about something that really wasn't that big of a deal. At least not in my opinion. But thank you for having me on, guys. I'm going to shill chat.
Okay, let's go.
The British.
Oh. So, excuse me for my sneezing. Can't help it. All right. Hui.
Right.
My sneezing. Sorry.
I will shill while you're recovering from your sneeze. Then. I'm on YouTube. It's YouTube. My YouTube channel is just the Scrump Monkey channel still. I don't know. People keep asking me where the name comes from. It used to be a RuneScape account. It wasn't even mine. There it is. That's the mystery. But if you want some more in-depth political stuff from a different angle, and you've not seen our stuff before, do check it out. You can also get us on the Anti-Politics Substack. That is antipolitics.substack.com. But we've not been publishing much over there, mostly because we've been trying. I won't ruin it. We've been trying to assemble some stuff on maybe something a bit longer form. So we'll see if that shakes out or not. But thank you for having me on, Aiden. It was thank you for having me on Spoon. It was nice seeing you
Harry,
again, Harry, as well.
Yeah, I know, Harry. You got to go as well. Would you like to shill anything that you have to shill?
Yeah. So people.
I didn't mentally just write it. Sorry.
What?
No, I left the. I was going to wait till I was going to actually say a proper goodbye to the chat.
Oh, all right. Well, yeah. People probably already know that I'm on Lotus. If not, I'm on Lotus Eaters. We do the daily podcast. You can find the clips from that on podcast of the Lotus Eaters. I do videos on there. The election stream last week, so we're starting to clip out segments from that. When it's out on YouTube, watch the one that was I was on with Ed Dutton. That one was incredible. That was hilarious.
It was wonderful. Yeah, I love that one. Yeah.
Yeah, that was fantastic. If you ever want to find out about David Cameron's legless dad,
Dr. Dutton is always on point.
Yeah, that was a really good one. And other than that, I'm working on other large projects with some new videos coming out very soon. So please check that out. Please subscribe to the website, and hopefully I'll be on again. Thank you very much for having me on. Next time I'm
Thanks for coming on.
Much better audio.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for coming on. Please go check out Lotus Eaters, and check that out. Yes, thank you guys both.
All right, cheers.
Cheers. All right. All right, guys. Wow.
This has gotten decidedly less English, which means hooray, the foreigners back in charge.
There's no more Englishmen in the chat now.
Yes, it's only not for
What are we gonna
American.
do? And Bill just screamed "yay" from downstairs. We didn't hear that. My allergies, especially I've taken like 3 allergy pills today, are insane.
By the way,
so I'm gonna go.
I'm
gonna have a pee.
No, okay.
I have to go piss. All right. I'm gonna leave you with a article for you to read.
Which is?
Oh, look at this.
This better be funny.
Well, we kind of covered all of the UK stuff.
I want you to put up an article that when you get back. I need you to scroll down to a specific bit.
No, I put this up for you. All right, look at this. Hang on. Oh,
this.
Yes.
This, I think this. I don't know from when this was, but let me just watch this and you get back.
All right, I'm just gonna play it. I will be right back. You enjoy. Be right back.
I can't make it stop, by the way. Oh, it's a minute. You'll be back in a minute. Yeah.
I'll be back in. I've seen it, so I know what she says. So enjoy.
Takes the oath. He will have generals walk down the steps of the Capitol.
No, he won't.
He will take a hammer and break the glass where the Constitution is, and he will tear it up in our faces. And say, now, I'm the king of the fucking world. You will bow down, bitches. He will punish everybody that didn't vote for him. Let me tell y'all how I know this shit. I know it because I know what mental illness looks like.
I see it in the morning in the mirror every day.
That mania is unstoppable. See, this motherfucker's Hitler. He didn't come to play.
Now, this is something that I have noticed for the last couple of weeks, really post-debate, and it's been very, very strange to watch, which is, it's almost like the media themselves have had a very bad case of amnesia, as in they are pretending it's 2016 all over again and Trump was never elected. Like the very concept of Trump being in office, or Trump rather, being in office has never existed. It never happened. And now it's just the reincarnation of 2016 all over again, even though they don't know that he was president. And they're basically just saying the exact same shit as they did in 2016. Which is that, oh my god, the orange man is Hitler. And everyone who is remotely sane, which basically means not those motherfuckers, basically looks at this and go, you do realize he was president, right? He wasn't Hitler before. I don't know why he would be Hitler now. And just, I gave Aiden like a whole bunch of clips. I gave her like 10 clips that I'm probably going to use in a compilation video, because I did tell people that I want to do a video about why the gaslighting from the regime it's not even Orwellian, it's just stupid. It's not like, oh, do not believe your lying eyes. It's just very, very dumb to the point of funny because of shit like that. Like I look at that and I go, how am I supposed to take you seriously? You're supposed to be adults. and you're screaming, "Let me tell you, I know this shit." Like, bitch, you are fucking insane.
Well,
you're like fucking James Brown reanimated fucking what's her face? Who's the crazy black lady in Senate? Something with an M, Max something.
Maxine Waters?
That's the one. There you go. Thank you, Maxine Waters. It's basically like that. You're like a younger version of that, but it's the same fucking energy. And you are not to be taken seriously. You're a joke. You're an absolute clown. Makeup and all.
So, here's the thing. I found this in my recent data research stuff, right? These people, they don't understand that kind of stuff at all. Spoon.
Of course
They
not.
just
They're
don't.
women.
Yes, totally. They are women.
Did you just take a
this is
shot?
insane. No.
Okay, so you're like... Chat, tell Aiden truth. Is she more than usual drunk because the voice is higher and
I'm
fluffier?
trying to like.
The voice is higher and fluffier, and therefore you sound a bit.
I'm trying to get my damn fucking coat out of my fucking
Aiden's
chair.
a bit tipsy. Whee!
All right. I'm actually no. It's more than it's dude. It's more than I'm having like a serious problem with my fucking allergies.
No,
Right.
okay, calm down.
Seriously.
Calm
Don't worry. I'll
down
tell you
and
when I'm
drink
drunk.
more.
I'll get there, real quick. They keep making Trump
She's
appear to be more based than he is.
Way more based. Way more. Like
This is
the
very
shit that I've
bizarre.
seen people think Trump is gonna do. I said this to Scrump.
Look
Yeah,
at
like
this.
yeah, there we go. Like this kind of shit. That's never gonna happen. You fucking lunatics.
It's so bizarre that they keep being like, Trump is so based. He's gonna like make everybody.
They've been doing this for years. Of this stupid show, Handmaid's Tale.
Oh, the Handmaid's Tale. Yeah.
Tale. Being
Okay,
like,
so
well, if Trump's made president, then you won't be able to kill your baby. I'm like,
okay, so this is something
Cool.
I said Scrump. I told Scrump that
excuse
he
me,
needs
why
to do.
why is this Handmaid's Tale considered to be such a fucking insane
Okay, so
dystopic future? I don't understand this.
okay, so this is very very simple to explain actually. You have to look at it like this. And this is something that the right does not understand, and it's also why they keep losing, because this is a fundamental axiom. I'm probably going to do this in a long video. Okay, what I'm about to say is going to sound completely insane, because it doesn't appear to be connected to reality. But the left understands
Please
reality.
explain to me why it is that the left thinks that Handmaid's Tale is going to happen to them like tomorrow.
No. That's not the thing. That's not what they think.
Okay.
But this is something that the right does not get. The left
Okay.
understands reality, and the right does not, which seems completely insane. Because it looks like
how
okay,
explicate,
it's
please.
very simple. The left understands the following: you don't have a say, and people are fucking stupid, and they will follow what they're told. That is the
Yeah.
vast majority of people. They don't think. They don't want to think. They don't really want to be involved in politics. The reason why they cling so tightly to democracy, as Curtis Yavin pointed out, is that it feeds this huge power drive, which is that I want to feel like I matter. It doesn't matter the options. As long as you can convince people that their option is a form of power, you can get them to believe the most insane fucking shit. The left are smart enough to understand, as long as we can present the people with fucking options, we can rule them. The right is stupid and think we have to appeal to people because the people think. No. The right must realize you must take power and rule. You don't give people options, you get power and you say, this is what you will believe. Look at women. If you give women options, they return to being fucking whores.
Yes.
Why? Because when women are free to choose, the first thing they do is they gravitate towards power. Because they are weaker and stupider, and they go to something that they think will make them feel safe. That is how they are biologically fucking wired. And you need to understand,
yes.
if you wish to court women, you have to say, this is what you will do, these are your duties, and this is the most important thing the right needs to fucking understand. You need to tell women, if you don't do as we say, you will face social repercussions and you will be shunned from the tribe if you fuck with us. Women, the main thing they fear is social alienation.
Is alienation, yes, as you say.
Yes, look at the
would like
shit
to
that the
read
left
this.
believe. The women believe the most insane shit that is detrimental to their own fucking sex. As long as it makes them feel
yes,
good,
yes,
they
yes.
will vote for it. The right needs to understand you need to appeal to a woman of a vision of just, you need to let go and give us power because the other fucking people will fuck with you. Don't give them the option to say, this is what...
Would you like to read this insane description of a New Republic article that they released?
Right. That is what the right needs to do. The right needs to take power and force. Do not ever think of this concept of people have free will. They fucking don't. Look what happened during COVID. I don't know how the right did not learn during COVID. It doesn't matter if it's fucking true. All that matters is, does people believe the shit? Do they believe it? If the answer is yes, you can animate people to do insane shit. This is literally how soldiers get prepped for war. Is your goal noble? If you can get people to do that, they will follow you to hell and fucking back. Read Sun Tzu, The Art of War.
Yep.
This is why I hate the right.
Read this, Spoon. It's on the screen. Read this insane shit from the New Republic. No. I'm asking you to because this is crazy, and it relates to what you just said.
Yes, Aiden is ram blocking again. I don't know why.
Eh?
Yes, if I'm on a rant, you should shut up.
I have never blocked anything in my entire life.
You literally just interrupted me to fucking pull up this thing. Why?
Oh, sorry. No. I was saying, like, this is related to what you were just saying.
Yes, but wait till I'm done, and then you tell me to fucking read it.
Man.
Women need to learn their place. Hold on a second. Yeah, not to be told what to do.
Sorry, I just thought these two things related into each other. They fell into each other, so I thought I'd ask you to read this.
That's a but that's not even a rant. That's just an observation of reality. She asked what is it the left does well that the right does not? The left just rules. Look at what the left have right now. Open borders and transing kids. Did they run on that
We'll get into that. We'll get into that.
So how the hell did you get that? And once it happens, the left supports it.
Shall I start?
Why?
The New Republic states, quote, "We chose the cover image." Now here's the cover image, by the way. Trump as Hitler. Look at this shit. Based on well-known 1932 Hitler campaigns posters, for a precise reason that anyone transported back to 1932 Germany could very, very easily have explained away Herr Hitler's excesses and have been persuaded that his critics were going overboard. After all, he spent 1932 campaigning, negotiating, doing interviews, etc., being a mostly normal politician. But he had his people vowed all along that they would use the tools of democracy to destroy it. Remember, let me bring it up. Where's that democracy thing?
This is fucking Plato's Republic shit. This is not new. This is fucking old. Was it Volume 9, I think? What was one that Leiden mentioned? Professor Leiden.
You said the word again! What the fuck? Extremely dangerous to our democracy.
I love democracy.
Stop saying the word! Gentlemen, this is Democracy Manifest.
But do you like this one, Spoon?
Oh, whoa. You need to get one that says "Eat, Shit, and Die" from Duke Nukem.
What's this one?
Yeah.
That's just Moldbug.
I remember the first time that I heard him say that phrase, I laughed my ass off.
Continue. Can you continue with this?
So today we're at the New Republic think we can spend this election year in one of two ways. We can spend it debating whether Trump meets the 9 or 17 point that define fascism, or we can spend it saying he's damn close and we'd better fight.
In other words, you don't give a fuck. You're just making it up.
What do they think Trump is actually going to do?
They don't know. They're making this shit up in their heads.
The thing that the whole thing that, as far as I'm aware, America is supposedly about, is this this conception of checks and balances. That the sort of, you've got the Supreme Court, the Congress, the House of Representatives, the executive. All of these things are balanced and one can't overrule the other. I also get told that Trump is a fucking idiot.
Yes.
I would like to know...
What a bizarre thing, right?
Yes, I would like to know
how dichotomy.
How does Trump have so much power that he can go into the executive and somehow through just the genius of power, as soon as he's elected, will just go absorb through his magnificent mind and his hair will grow again, and then all of a sudden he will just eviscerate the Constitution and take power as if his the fucking Fourth Reich in the United States. Like, this is the point.
It's insane. Let's go through this and read this, and I will have to actually read the.
This is the point.
Yes.
Fuck off, DLT. Thanks for the 5, by the way.
Hang on, I will read all of the super chats right after this. So.
Yes, DLT power is power, but for goodness sakes, people don't fucking understand this thing. And also, I will keep saying this because the right does not fucking understand this, is the left does not look at propaganda the same way that you do. They are moved by fear. It looks stupid to you because that stupid people, that stupid crap is what they actually feed off of. It doesn't matter if it doesn't make any sense to you, it makes sense to them. If it animates them, that's the fucking problem.
Yeah, exactly.
But why does the right not get that?
Because they're retarded.
Yeah.
Let's finish this, and then I will read the super chats that happened while Spoon and Harry were here.
Sorry, so we undeservedly choose the latter course, and we have assembled here in some of our leading intellectual historians of fascism, a member of the Fourth Estate who learned firsthand what the Trump lash feels like.
You're leading historians of fascism, that means like some fucking loser that you found from some random institution. Okay.
Firsthand what the Trump lash feels like. A leading expert on civil military relations. Okay, very good. A great Guatemalan American novelist with a deep understanding of immigrants' lives. One of our most incisive cultural critics, and a man with all too real experience in living under a notorious authoritarian regime. Would you mind telling us which one? The scenario they describe.
Guatemala.
Yeah. Are certainly grim. We dare you to say, after reading these pieces, that they are impossible. Basically, we're going to assemble a whole team of crackpots with no capacity to understand the American political system, and we're going to transport whatever the hell they feel, and somehow it's going to happen in the United States because more orange man bad.
Yep, apparently. So, Jacuzzi Taigo, for 11 months, who's been a member, has said, salutations and greetings, Scrumpy and Harry. Thank you for that. Again, sorry that they left, but it was getting too late here in the UK. Sven, for 5 years, says, my old music teacher from my junior high school made a post on Instagram. My old school is performing Buckingham Palace. Oh, cool. That's kind of cool. Neon Suspenders for $5 says, greetings, Harry. Glad to have you on. Thank you, Neon Suspenders. Supreme Emperor Kiza, has been a member for 18 months, says, Spoon, is praying the Dutch smash the English tonight? Oh, are you?
I don't watch football.
Yeah. Scrump, my dear friend, we need to do our part 2 of our Robot Wars. And Harry, what are your thoughts on the Doom, the Dark Ages trailer? If you have seen it, I don't think. Sorry, Harry's gone now. Sorry. Kiza for another £5 says, I'd gladly get in the ring against Keir Starmer, and Scrump can attest I'm above average for size and strength, unless he forgot about 2021, our North meetup. Don't know about that, man, but I'm sure that you could beat up Keir Starmer. Doesn't seem like it's a difficult job. Minnesota Fats for 5 says, why didn't anybody tell Buddy Holly reincarnated as a sock cuck MP? Seriously though, what is it with failed erotic authors and mainstream media? I don't know, man. I don't know. Weird. Hasselhopper for 5 says, Ultimate Woman article also reminds me of women fawning over Justin Trudeau as a reason to vote for him. Very, 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 very accurate, but on that one, very accurate. Slosher for 10 Canadian says, when Spoon was requested to read erotica, I don't think that's what the ladies had in mind. I know, right? James Knight II for 5 says, Mr. Connor on my favorite podcast, right behind the Lotus Eaters. Yes, please. Hello, everybody. And the chat. I think you meant Harry, but thank you. Hope everything is going well, you said as well. Minnesota Fats for $5 said, socialism advocates in a nutshell short, balding, poor or borderline, hostile relationship with parents. I said parents. Unfounded paranoia about independent living. Very interesting, but yes, true. Lucifer the Doberman, who's been a member for 14 months, thank you, man, says, I would fight Spoon, but he is scared of Canadians. Are you?
No.
Exactly.
Why would I be scared of Canadians who are communists?
DRT is king for 5 said, I don't have a picture of myself, and I have a picture of myself. But I would have pictured if I ran. But as a burger person, I campaign for my local GOP. I don't know what you meant by that, DRT. But based. Le Monster for 2 says, got a blast. Ariamatic Discourse for 10 says, mentioned Konstantin Kissin's father in Lauren Southern interview post. Maybe it will wake up a few people if he's containment. Also, hi Scrump and friends. Yeah.
Yeah, he very much is.
Yes. Cadeaux for 2 says, they are rocking amongst us. Bunch of alien emojis. Soul on the Lich for 50 ARS says, real big brain time candidate gets the noggin jogging. Hell, his brain cells can throw the whole Olympics inside that. Yeah, probably, man. Probably. Slosher for 20 Canadian says, the Labour MP downplaying experiences doesn't understand the difference between intelligence and wisdom. If you're hiding for a job from someone with 30 years of experience versus fresh out of school is going to be an advantage. Yes, 100%. That Megamind looking ass dude is an idiot. He's a complete moron. Deadpool Kid, who's been a new member. Oh, just became a member. Thank you, Deadpool Kid. And then he said, hey guys, for $20, I don't know if my super chat was received, but I had high hopes for Boris and Nigel, probably because of the accents. But personally, I would have abolished Parliament and started the crusade already. Not gonna do that, man. It would have been base, but not gonna happen. Kizza for £5 says, England have beaten the Dutch and will face Spain on Sunday. Spoon is angry at this news, and demographics is destiny. Are you angry about that?
Don't give a shit.
Yeah, I didn't think he gave a shit. Hasselhoff for £10 or $10, excuse me, says Trump clearly learned his disposition from Roberto on Futurama. First 4 years, he was just there to case the joint and to be a despot a little. It's the second 4 years to watch out for. Yeah, I think we'll find out. Chit Chat.
Hey, South African.
Chit Cat, yes. For 5 South African, said, power is women's favorable cucumber. Just look at them with convicted criminals and blacks. Also, Spoon, get Aiden. Take a look at Dragon's song. I will look at that. Chit Chat Cat. DRT is King for 5 says, block Spoon more. He loops harder than a below average VTuber. Power is power. This is known. Spoon, while right, is insufferable. I don't know what that means, DRT, but thank you.
It means I say the same thing over and over again.
Perhaps. Cool Summers for 5, or excuse me, for 2 says, Spoon is klander voor Eden wanneer
hij ras.
How do I say?
That's Afrikaans.
Yeah, I know, but what does that mean?
Well, calendar is... Okay, I'm not quite sure what you did.
Yes.
Voor Aiden means in front of you whenever I'm yelling.
Meaning?
Wanneer hij ras is when I'm yelling.
When you are yelling?
Yeah, I'm not quite sure why it says calendar.
Spoon is in calendar voor Aiden wanneer yes.
Wanneer.
It's
not even the same. It's not even the same continent, woman. Jesus.
Look, I only speak 2 languages.
Yes.
Fluently.
I know.
English and Japanese. So
Ja, en
you get
kan
one or the
Afrikaans
other.
praat nie.
Wakarenai
So ek
kedo
weet nie hoekom jy Afrikaans probeer praat nie.
Wakarenai kedo
Is daar enige mense van Suid-Afrika in die chat?
そうでしょ。私たちにお話して。
I don't know what just happened. This is
私たちに
an
お
AI
話し
just
て。
took over and
も
now
う
we're
いい
speaking
か
different languages.
そう考えてるな。
What are you
It's
even
all
saying?
okay. I said, yeah, let's talk together. That'll be cool. Let's do it.
Ander taal? Vrouw mensen.
わかるか Do you understand?
Nee,
わかるかえ I will not use my filthy slant language in your fucking house, Bill. What? 忘れちゃった。
I don't speak German neither.
すいませんだよ。すいま
Ooh,
せん、すい
praat
ません、
Duits.
すいません。
Praat Duits.
すいません。I don't understand. Why does everybody get all mad whenever I speak nip? I don't understand this.
Because it's a filthy language.
どうしてはニップは filthy language だ。
You do realize if you spoke like that in videos, you would get way more views.
I don't give a fuck.
Okay, I don't know what's with the hostility. Fucking hell, that was...
Well,
very angry
why am I supposed to... No,
See, there you go,
The
case in point.
hostility.
I definitely should get Aiden to do a voiceover, yeah.
なんでもない。痛い。誰か痛いね。What is it? What is 痛い is it all?
I don't understand. わかんないけど. I don't understand what is itai, which means pain. I don't understand. I've done nothing to cause you pains at all. I mean, maybe it's pain.
Did I get a sitting senator? Did I get a sitting
Itai.
senator to block me?
Why am I so fucking good?
You have no idea what just happened. Aiden has just gone off on a random rant here.
Yeah, fucking good. I don't understand why am I being asked to always speak in nip?
No one
I don't
asked you
get
to
it.
speak in nip. You did this of your own
Really?
volition. Don't freaking blame the chat.
You started it. No,
What do you mean,
started
Slosher?
it.
This is my fault. This isn't my fault. I didn't tell her to speak nip. I'm just here existing. And then Aiden did some load of weird shit. I didn't do a damn fucking thing.
とってもチャットが痛い。私日本語の声が痛いだから。
I have no idea what's going on right now.
本当に。
This is very confusing to me.
Fucking good.
そうでしょ。私
I'm not drunk, Aiden.
Yeah, so I'm a little bit. I'm getting there. I'm getting there, chat. I'm getting there. We'll get there.
でも
Speak English before the chat starts throwing butterfly emoji or some shit.
Okay, ka. Let's go back into the things that we're looking at.
Fucking leave.
All right. Here's something I found to be really funny. I found this while looking through the data I were going through in my new project.
Can you just pull this up for a second and scroll down till you see Alyssa's face? Because this was kind of surreal for me.
Hmm?
The one that I linked you in chat.
Hang on.
I can't. Nope. My
It was in group of.
Well, no, my stuff's all fucked up.
That one.
No, I can't.
What do you mean you can't see it?
I mean I can't. There, I got this on my list. Don't worry about that. We'll get to that.
Oh.
Unfortunately, I can't.
Can
do
Biden
anything
come
like...
back from a bad debate the way Reagan did in 1984? No, you moron!
What a fascinating argument from this Ron Elving guy. So, if you're not aware,
what his nose looks like.
If you're not aware, in 1984, in the first debate, Ronald Reagan did very poorly. He sucked.
Was it Walter Mondale, wasn't it?
Yes, it was Walter Mondale. Exactly. Thank you.
Was Walter Mondale the first or the second one?
No, it was Walter Mondale in this first debate that's being talked about here.
Right, but 1984 it was his second election.
No. This is the Walter Mondale debate.
All right.
Hang on, because I have to like do everything in like a super fucking annoying way. Can you, AVG? Can you fuck off? I can't. have no ability to use my mouse anymore. Okay. Okay. So Walter Mondale was, yes, against here. Walter Mondale lost in one of the most devastating defeats in the entirety of the United States history of politics. He lost. Walter Mondale only gained 2 states. He gained his home state of Minnesota and the District of Columbia, and he gained the District of Columbia only by about, it was less than 1%. Put that into perspective. This is devastating. This was a yes, I am speaking moon runes.
I've never heard that phrase before. That's really good. Moon runes. Moon runes. That's really good.
Why is that warui? Why is that warui? Understand. Anywho, so Walter Mondale lost, Jesus Christ, it's so difficult for me to, I don't know, my computer's dying. So, here's a really curious thing. Walter Mondale only won his home state of Minnesota and the District of Columbia, and he barely won the district. It's bizarre because the left hates Ronald Reagan. But they now want to relate Ronald Reagan to Joe Biden.
They did the same thing with Bush. Bush was like fucking Hitler 2.0 as well when he was he came into power, and then later on it's like, oh well, he wasn't that bad when compared to Trump.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God.
It's very curious. It's very curious though. Hang on. Oh my God.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so this was just linked to me.
Mm-hmm.
Huma Abedin is now the engaged partner of Alex Soros's, which is George Soros's son, and she was the former political staffer who was the vice chair of Clinton's campaign.
Oh, sorry, I'm trying. You don't understand like how difficult it is for me to like even.
Sniveling
I can't
rats.
even. I can't even. Okay, there we go. It's very difficult. Like, I'm having to, like, fight against my computer desperately.
Why did you buy a new one? You had a desktop, because laptops are
I have a desktop, you idiot.
Get one that doesn't suck.
Okay, well, then you can pay for it.
That's what the chat is for.
It's gonna cost... Look, okay. Oh, God. AVG just...
Maybe don't spend that on holidays.
Okay. Hang on, I'm trying... I am trying so hard to be able to even just do basic things, because this is very difficult. Okay. No, I can't. I'm trying very hard to be able to still be able to... No, I can't. I can't do anything here. Can you... Oh, my whole computer's crashed. Can you give me a second?
What exactly are you doing that takes so much processing power?
Word. Microsoft Word is taking too much. It's... And Google Chrome. Not Google Chrome, Brave. Brave browser.
You're running Discord, a browser, and Word, and your PC is crashing.
Yes. So I have to restart my computer. It's about 5 years old. I gotta restart it though.
Mine was 8, and I didn't have these problems.
I gotta restart. Homie, I gotta restart. I'll be right back.
Get back here then. Jesus, this is why women in technology don't mix. I'm telling you, fucking people. Fucking hell. Because these people can run nations. Fucking bitch, you can't even run a computer with 2 fucking applications running, let alone a whole fucking nation. Jesus Christ. No offense, Aiden. She's still there. She can actually hear me still, I think. Aiden, can you hear us? Say yes if you can. No? Okay, I'll bollocks you then. We will not have no more moon nip speak. Fucking hell. Buy a new Alienware. Don't buy fucking Alienware. Alienware you're just buying for the bloody name. No, just buy your own PCs. They're not that fucking hard to build. I mean, I had an iMac with mine, but that's because my fucking motherboard was faulty. That wasn't even my bloody fault. Yes. And now the Audi is boomerified. Since when did Audi get boomerified? Yeah, 5-year-old PC is struggling. I don't know what the hell Aiden is doing with the PC, and it's 5 years old. Yeah, maybe she has 50k tabs open. Because I don't know how on earth you're struggling to run Discord and Word and Brave. What fucking version of Word is she running? I mean, my god, Aiden. Like, what am I running? I'm running OBS, 5 tabs, well, 6 one as well, Discord, and fucking PS2 emulators running in the background. Chat, do I say, what's the time? 2:30, okay, so 3 hours in. Should I say gamer words? I probably could. Aiden's not back yet. There's just gonna be a load of dead ass. I just yell gamer words left, right, and center. Oh. Oh, Aiden's been boomerified. Yeah, there we go. How? Okay, let's look at her specs. I keep telling Aiden she just needs to format her computer. What am I emulating? SX Tricky running for a bit. And then Midnight Club 3. What else did I run? Old FIFA Street, because that was fun, just because you get to kick the shit out of your opposition because there's no ref. And the old SmackDown Here Comes the Pain. Because in that one, the chairs don't disappear if you hit people. So you can just get a chair and then wail the shit out of everyone. And just bleed their heads open. Which is very cathartic. Oh yeah, and I had Tekken 2 as well. I feel like I'm missing another game that I wanted to download, but yeah, there we go. I realize this thing's gonna shut down now because there's only one person talking here. And it needs to, otherwise it just goes, there's no one else talking for 5 minutes. But yeah, it's running on OBS, so it should be alright. No, what are the gamer words? Faggot! There you go. Aiden's not gonna be back, so yes, you can tell her I said a gamer word. Because I did. Now, you can say gamer words. You know, I would advise against the hard R. Or against certain people. Is 3-day full body good to start with? No. I would say probably do like 10 straight days of just full body things, but don't kill yourself. Just get your muscles used to exercising. And then once you're that, then you can start hitting heavy shit. And keep in mind, heavy is relative to your muscles. And the more you work out, the less you have to work out. Because naturally, the more stress you put on your muscles, the longer they will take to recover because you're lifting heavier weights. I would say that's the one main thing that no one ever talks about. And this is one thing that Dorian Yates and Mike Mensa kept emphasizing, which is that if you get stronger, you work out less. Because your body needs more time to recover. All these idiots who tell you, oh, look, your body's now gotten used to it. You need to work out more. No, that's complete bullshit. That doesn't make any sense. If you subject yourself to more stress, your body needs to recover more from more stress. What? What do you mean pick up? You're not calling me. Oh, there you are.
Holy shit. You wouldn't pick up.
The thing wasn't ringing.
Homie.
The thing wasn't ringing.
Oh my god. I'm about to lose my goddamn mind. I'm gonna show you some stuff. I'm gonna show you some stuff. Some stuff.
How much were you drinking in like the last 2 minutes you were gone?
Nothing. Dingus.
Dingus?
I'm now going to
Don't you sash me, you asshole. You turned your webcam on by accident.
Here we go. Okay. So let's watch this insane woman.
Oh, this crazy bitch.
Now I posted what I thought this was. This is in
perpetual in-group victimhood orientation. But this woman's insane. However, why I want to play it is because this woman is actually normative. There are millions of people who feel the same. Yes, there are millions of people who feel the same way. Yes, I believe so. Here's what she's going to say. Yeah, she is crazy, but understand that the average person is fucking crazy.
Okay.
As soon as he takes the oath.
So she's talking about Trump right now. I just want to be clear that Trump was already president, you dumb fucking bitch. You dumb, stupid, fucking psychopathic whore. He was already president for 4 years. He didn't do any of this shit. But here's what she thinks Trump's going to do once he becomes president again.
This is what I said before to the chat when you went to the bathroom. Is that, have you noticed how the media has basically reacted as if Trump was never president?
Yes. Now let me tell you what this is.
Which is really, really weird.
No, it totally makes sense. I looked into the data on this. No, I'm saying that it made sense when I looked into the data.
It was only 4 years ago.
Well, this was last week.
No, I mean Trump being president, not this. Wait, this is recent. This is from 2016.
This is from 2024.
What?
It's from July 7th, 2024.
No. That's when the video was posted. I'm not sure when the video itself.
No. This is a new video. This woman is saying when Trump takes the presidency in 2025, this is what will happen. Despite the fact that Trump has already been president.
Do you remember her?
She's a complete and utter sociopath. Yes.
Cynthia G was married to a white guy, by the way.
But of course she was. Of course, they always are. They always are. Anyway, here's the crazy shit she had to say.
He will have generals walk down the steps of the Capitol.
Oh God,
Insane.
I wish Trump was based and just like walked there with like military power.
This is
I'm
the
gonna
crazy
take over.
thing.
Fuck you.
That every single one of these like ludicrous lunatic Democrats wants Trump to be the dictator that he's not going to be. That we probably should want him to be. It's just insane. Yes, please.
Because they would actually be oppressed.
Yes. Oh, let me tell you about this woman. It's perpetual in-group victimhood orientation. There is nothing that this woman wants more in her life than to be oppressed. She salivates at the very idea of minor oppression, let alone major oppression. It is her entire life goal is to be oppressed. She wants to be oppressed so badly, it's her entire fucking motivation
that's
in
why
life.
Slavery wasn't a kick-up.
He will take a hammer and break the glass where the Constitution is, and he will tear it up in our faces.
Thank you for saying all this shit, bitch, that I wish he would do. He won't. It would be nice if he did it, but he won't.
And say, now, I'm the king of the fucking world.
Can you imagine Trump actually just did that?
Oh my God! Can you understand how happy I would be if Trump declared himself king?
We would be like, woo, let's go
monarchy. As monarchists, we would lose our fucking minds.
Yes.
But not gonna happen. This woman just made this shit all up in her own fucking head because she's a lunatic.
I don't actually think the right would freak out. I think the right would start memeing the crap out of it.
Yeah,
if the main thing Trump wanted to focus on is the regime and started like telling Congress to go fuck themselves, considering how historically unpopular Congress is, I think he could actually get away with it.
But this woman is just is a
Congress
lunatic.
approval rating is like under 30%. It's historically low.
Yeah, but this woman's just a lunatic.
You will bow down, bitches.
Who is the most popular person in the Senate?
He will punish everybody that didn't vote for him. Let me tell y'all how I know this.
I can't actually pause things again. Oh, great. I can't again pause things because I can't. So I've restarted my computer. There's something I can do about this.
Go back.
As soon as he...
Okay, I just... I have to be able to kind of like... I have no capacity to do this.
Jake is right, by the way. Like Trump being king would be like for libertarians to abolish the Fed.
Yeah,
like, that is the equivalent. That's a good comparison, actually.
There's nothing I can.
Why is your PC so gay?
I don't know.
You just restarted it. What the fucking hell?
I don't know why it's so gay, but I can't do anything about it.
If you go Control Alt Delete and you go to like Task Manager, what is taking up most of the memory?
My streaming right now? Oh my god. Oh no. Oh, this has completely destroyed my computer by trying to Control Alt Delete. Oh Jesus Christ, that's not very good. Okay, all right. Okay.
How is opening up Task Manager?
And say now, I'm the king of the fucking world.
I don't
why
know
is it
why
bleeping
it's like this.
when I can hear what the hell
You
she's
will
saying?
bow down, bitches.
It's just like, hold on a second, wait.
He will
Have
punish.
You noticed, stop. Have you noticed the bleeping is over the swear word? It's not.
It's after the swear word. Like we still hear it. This is retarded. Like, how dumb are you?
Everybody that
I just realized that.
Like, here's the thing.
Absolute moron.
Look, this podcast will, as every single other one of our podcasts are, going to get demonetized. I don't give a shit. But it's very funny. It's very funny that they did it in this way.
Let me tell y'all how I know this shit.
How do you know? Oh, how do you know that shit? How do you know that shit? This woman is out of her mind. Look how crazy angry she is. She's so mad. By the way, bitch, nice red lipstick. I do like the red lipstick, but you're insane.
It matches the glass frames.
I know it because I know what mental illness looks like.
Mm-hmm. Because you're mentally ill.
Yeah, that's much obvious. I have to ask, what is it? And no offense to the people in chat who are not like this, but why are black people always so loud?
I don't know. But what I can say about this woman is that I know that because I know what mental illness looks like. Means that, yeah, thank you, bitch. You are mentally ill, and that's why you are acting like a crazy person, because you are acting like a crazy person. There's no other way to describe.
I want to make a video with this
here.
clip because it is really funny.
It's hilarious. You are acting like a crazy person. Like, I know what mental illness looks like. Yes, I know that you know what mental illness looks like.
Yes, your caricature of it.
Because you are mentally ill. Yes. I get that, bitch. I get that.
That mania is unstoppable.
I wish that was true. My God, I wish this was true.
So no, she's claiming that Trump has bipolar disorder, and that he has mania. Now I was misdiagnosed at one point with.
It makes more so than the colored eye. Yeah.
I'd just like to put this out. I was misdiagnosed with bipolar when I was a couple years ago.
Did you behave as if you were?
Well, no, I was misdiagnosed because it looked like bipolar because I was manic, but that's something called it's a different disease. I just had autism is what happened. Now I'm not excusing my shit because of my autism. Yeah, but like sometimes when you have autism, it can be confusing. This woman though is insane, and
I mean they're all like this.
Yeah, they are.
See, this motherfucker's Hitler.
He's Hitler. Really?
They don't even know what that means.
No, she has no idea what the fuck that means.
I guarantee you, if you ask any of these people, name some functions of the Third Reich that were bad, that does not involve the Jews, I guarantee you, 99% of people who say Trump is a fascist would be stumped. Dead silent.
Yeah. Okay, so Alright.
It's just cringe. It's
yes,
very,
it is
very
cringe. It was cringe. When I was diagnosed with bipolar, it was because I was given all this stuff that I was supposed to do at the university. And it was a massive amount of stuff. And they did it to me, to be clear. University overwhelmed me with things because they wanted to kick me out. They did that because they didn't like me,
Aiden
essentially.
was a troublesome sort of fellow.
Yeah, I was a troublesome sort of fellow. Alright? So they then overwhelmed me with tasks to try and kick me out. That succeeded. You're welcome, Western University. You succeeded. I did give up. This woman has no fucking idea what PTSD looks like at all.
But again, I think these people are sort of a caricature.
I didn't even have PTSD. Like I was just like kind of fucked. Like I was just kind of scared about what my university did to me. It's crazy though that people who have never experienced any kind of adversity in their entire lives, like this woman, are to me, I feel so confused as to when some bitch like this, she's like, I'm a victim, please give me money. What? What have you done? You've done nothing. Just some fucking fat bitch. Who cares what your fucking opinion is? But let's hear.
He didn't come to play.
Yes, she has nothing more to say. That was it. She has nothing more to say. Wow, wee. She has nothing the fuck more to say. Just, I'm angry and I need money because,
Black.
Trump. And black.
Yeah, that.
What a fucking bitch.
Yes, lunacy. Fun times.
But they keep doing this thing where they make Trump look way more cool than he actually is.
Yeah.
And I'm look. Here's the thing. I'm not a big fan of Trump, honestly. But they post it like this. But here's their desperation.
I like Owen's sentence there. God, give me the Trump my enemies fear.
I know. But here's
Owen follows you?
Yes. Here's my.
Oh, I wish Owen follow me. He's one of my favorite people on Twitter.
Oh, we were at the Reagan thing. Oh, here's coping Cori Bush.
Oh, this was funny.
This is funny.
This was like especially stupid.
Biden right now. Right now, the same right-wing influences that are trying to take me down are trying to take down President Biden. So.
Or are they? They're trying to take you down, take down President Biden. Ain't they trying to take down President Biden?
They don't want to take down President Biden. He's a literal corpse. He's like the best person to run against. What the fuck?
He's an idiot, Corey.
Why do we want to get rid of him? Every single right wing is like, oh my god, please keep Biden in. It'll be that much funnier when he gets his ass kicked by Trump. They don't want another candidate. They want a rematch of this. What the hell are you talking about?
Listen to the rest of the stupid shit this woman says.
That's what my head is.
They're after her, and they after her, and they after Joe Biden. They after them. They after them by having to say like, oh no, we saw the damn things that Joe Biden did and said and reacted to. But they just after you, ain't they, Corey?
And I'm listening to my colleagues and I'm listening to my constituents. At the end of the day, we got to beat back these right-wing influences. Biden right now.
Mm-hmm.
We got to beat back these right-wing influences. What does that mean?
Here's the thing, Corey. You beat back them right-wing influencers. You try to do it. Here's the thing now, Corey. You can go put on that fucking accent as much as you goddamn want. Let me tell you the fucking truth. The reality is, Corey, none of us believe that you're from the South. You are not. You may be representing South Carolina. The reality is that you do not belong to South Carolina. None of us believe that you in any way represent us as Southerners. Just saying. Go ahead and get fucked. If you don't like the fact that you're... let me just put this shit out here. I don't like to occasionally bring my Southern accent out, but occasionally I will. And the reality is that Cori Bush don't represent anybody from South Carolina. She doesn't represent anybody from the South whatsoever. She is not of the South. She is a non-representative, and so she can go get herself
unpersoned,
corrected. Unpersoned. You're gonna do what you would like to do. No, we would never say anything negative. No. Southern hospitality.
Kidding me? I like to say negative things all the time.
No, we would never say something so. We would never say something so negative from the South. No, we are a positive people. Now, here's what I do find fucking funny is that Whoopi Goldberg has said that she doesn't care if Biden shits
He's literally
his pants,
full of shit. Like, actually, literally full of shit.
This is unbelievable. By the way, this will not be the only clip we're going to hear tonight where leftists are going to say they don't care how demented Joe Biden is. They will continue to support him. Here we go.
Listen, I'm just going to add my 2 cents because I wasn't here on the day that y'all talked about it. I don't care if he's pooped his pants. I don't care if he can't put a sentence together. Show me he can't do the job, and then I'll...
Oh my God! Can you comprehend this? If you and I both, Spoon, you and I both, let's say that we presumably we would both support Donald Trump, right?
In this election, yes.
So if Donald Trump shit his pants and could not make decisions, will we continue to support Donald Trump?
No, because we like him because
Yes.
he can make decisions. So
Yes. So Whoopi Goldberg is here saying, I don't care the fact that he shits his pants and that he is not in charge. I will continue to support him, despite the fact that he is a literal invalid. What the fuck?
I'll say, okay, maybe it's time to go. Now, he had a bad night the first time.
A bad night?
That he went out and debated with Kamala Harris. And everybody wanted him to quit.
What do you mean, debate with Kamala Harris? You mean when he debated with Donald Trump? This is insane. She doesn't even know what she's talking about. Like, she's just so out of touch. This is unbelievable.
But then say you can't talk to women like this, or you're doing this wrong, you're doing that wrong. He came back, said, you know what, I got it, and gave 4 years. So yeah.
Oh, she means
I
in
have
20
poopy days all the time.
20, maybe.
I step in so much poo you can't even imagine.
stop walking to San Francisco then.
Yeah, what a bizarre clip. What a bizarre clip.
Now, I'm not running the world, but
Neither is Biden.
I don't know anybody who doesn't step in stuff at some point. So I'm just simply saying, yeah, there are 2 debates.
So, in other words...
This is unhinged, by the way.
Okay,
This is
it's okay
really,
if he
really retarded.
steps in his own shit, I suppose?
It's very kind of collapse on...
Why the hell is Ben Shapiro playing in my ear?
Oop. Well, what the fuck? Fuck you, Daily Mail. Fuck you. I was trying to watch something, you piece of shit. Want to go, like, about here. Oh, great. Didn't work.
Listen, I'm just going to add my 2 cents.
Hang on. Yeah, but there. Okay.
Now, I'm not running the world, but I don't know anybody who doesn't step in stuff at some point. So I'm just simply saying, yeah, there are 2 debates. And if he can't do what he needs to do for the second debate, I'll join any crew that says get rid of him.
Will you? Will you? Will you, Whoopi? Will you legitimately?
Apparently they need to shit their pants first.
Nope. Now, Whoopi, I'd love to see if you would do that, but you won't. Would you like to see someone crazier than Whoopi Goldberg?
Okay.
Joy Reid.
I mean, she just said, oh, I haven't seen Joy Reid.
Oh my god, ready? Ready for this? Joy Reid has absolutely lost her goddamn mind.
And her weave.
Watch this.
Y'all just tell me who the nominee is going to be. Let me know when you guys are finished.
She sounds like she's about to cry for the second one.
Fighting amongst yourselves who I got to vote for in November to keep Hitler out the White House. That's all.
Hitler out the White House. Joy Reid's lost her mind. Like, she's... I'm telling you this. She's probably likely to lose her place on mainstream television because she's clearly too insane. And this is not the first time. Like, she keeps doing this. She keeps doing this, though, where she keeps posting these kinds of things on social media. I think she's going to lose her place. Because she's too insane.
I want to know who I got to vote for to keep Hitler out the White House. Y'all do your thing. play in traffic all you want in front of these Republicans, acting a fool in front of these people instead of private.
Oh yeah, they're acting a fool. Okay. Anyone who votes for anyone outside of you isn't acting a fool. By the way, I've done the research on this. The reality is that people like this are totally lunatics. And, well, Joy Reid, you're not going to like the data that I'm going to present here in about, like, 2 to 3 weeks. You're not going to like this data at all. Those data are going to make you very, very upset. But I found your ass in the data, as I always do. Found your ass in the data, and you're not going to like it.
Declaring your stuff, but don't text me no more, because I'm not taking no more of these texts. Just let me know when you guys are finished figuring it out, Democrats, because I know y'all the freak out people. Go ahead and freak out.
Yeah, yes.
Wait.
You are the
you
freak
called
out
somebody
people.
else the freak out people?
No, she said the Democrats are the freak out people.
Oh.
Which they are. She said Democrats are the freak out people, which, by the way, they are. I have it in the data. I have it every single on every single fucking election since 1986. I have it. I have your ass fucking called out that Democrats are emotional fucking bitches. You don't vote based on logic, you vote based on emotion. I have it on every single fucking election since 1986. And you can't do anything about it. You're gonna have to deal with it. That Democrats only vote based on emotions. They do not vote based on logic or reason. I do not want to cite Ben Shapiro, but unfortunately, he was right. The Democrats do not vote based on logic or reason. They vote based on emotions. I have this explicitly and empirically now via data incontrovertibly defined that you do not care at all about science or data or facts. You only care about feelings. And here is Joy Reid illustrating it to us in such a beautiful little fucking function.
Have your conversation, and then let me know who I gotta vote for to keep Hitler out the White House. That's it, I'm done. Oh, and by the way, if it's Biden in a coma, I'm gonna vote for Biden in a coma.
Let's be clear about what Joy Reid just said there. So, to be clear, the previous woman said that she would vote for Joe Biden if he shit his pants. Joy Reid is now saying that she would vote for Joe Biden if he were in a coma over Donald Trump. Welcome to the Democrat Party.
I don't even really particularly like the guy. A lot of his policy, don't like him. He's not Donald Trump, right? Yeah, Hitler, White House. We keep it.
So, if he shits his pants or is in a coma, that is their criteria for voting. These are the people that we're supposed to be fighting against. Okay, just being clear. They will vote for someone who is in a coma, who is incompetent, who has who's just out of it. They will vote for him because of their politics. That's fascinating. I think that's something everyone should be aware of, is that these people will vote for someone who they believe is completely checked out and in a coma just because he espouses or is presumed to espouse their political agenda. Make that very, very clear.
Spin them out. Keeping Project 2025 out. That's all I care about.
So we'll talk about Project 2025 in a minute. Do you know anything about Project 2025, Boone?
Yes, I do.
So what do you know about that?
It's basically some random wish list of shit apparently Trump will do. I don't even know where it came from, but it's just been shared on social media.
It came from a libertarian think tank.
Libertarian think tank? Really?
Yes.
Man, the libertarians got really fucking based.
Unfortunately, or fortunately, the reality is that Trump doesn't even know what the fuck it is. And so, their insane, the left's insane obsession with the 2025 thing is based on nothing. It's based
really
on
like
some
it.
shit that Trump doesn't even know. He doesn't even understand it. Now, I wish maybe Trump did, but he doesn't even know what it is. We'll go over it here in a minute. But the reality is that Trump doesn't even know the fuck the 2025 paradigm is. They keep repeating this shit because it is their QAnon conspiracy, right? Let's be clear that the 2025 paradigm shift, or whatever the fuck it is the left's QAnon.
Up and down the ballot, from the rooter to the tutor, school board, all the way up to White House and everything in between.
No one believes in this 2025 shit. Trump, even himself, has said he doesn't know what the fuck it is. We can go over it, but no one knows what the fuck this is. It's from the Heritage Institute.
Yeah.
By the way. So it's from a libertarian think tank. And Trump doesn't even know what the fuck it is. And a bunch of fucking leftoids have decided that, oh, some conservatives, some libertarians have made up this fucking thing, so we must freak the fuck out over it. No. Trump doesn't even know what the fuck it is.
Governors, members of Congress, I'm just going to vote all the way down to keep these people out. The Project 2025 thing is the whole Republican Party. At this point, it's not.
No one isn't.
This is the thing that's insane.
Moron.
No one even knows what this 2025 thing is. It's a heritage project thing. I will go. Let's just look at it real quick, shall we?
There you go.
Okay. So this I'm going to use a CBS News report to use the most unbiased clip possible. Okay? No one knows what the fuck this is. Voters in recent weeks have begun to hear the name Project 2025 invoked more and more by President Biden and the Democrats as they seek to sound the alarm about what could be in store if former President Trump wins a second term in the White House.
By the way,
so
this is the
understand
exact same
this.
shit they did in 2016. It was
Yes,
like Trump is
understand
this.
this.
Maniac. Like, shut the fuck up.
They made this shit up. And then said, so it is a 900-page policy book, by the way. It is a 900-page book. You can see it here. This is it. It is 900 pages long. Trump has not in any way given any kind of backing towards this book, okay? He has not. So this entire thing, this 900-page long document.
By the way, can this is currently going viral. So can we please pull this up?
Which?
Hold on. Why the hell has my mouse disappeared? What the fuck? There we go.
Yeah, it's the same problem I had.
It just because it should just listen to this shit.
Oh yeah.
We made the alliances thanks to the secretary. He's a man of integrity.
Oh, I had
and
this.
Intellectual rigor, a calm temperament in a moment of crisis. So much of the progress.
I'll get into a lot of this.
Did he mean to say intellectual rigor?
Probably. So the entire fear about this Project 2025 thing.
Oh god.
That no one can.
Let's try. Go back there. Go back there. Go back to the very top. Go back to the very top. That's Trump's face during this entire election cycle.
Yeah. This whole
like, what
thing.
the fuck?
Nobody knows anything about this fucking Project 2025 thing. Okay, we have no idea if Trump is approving of it. This 900-page long document.
Trump said he doesn't even know what it is.
Yeah. In fact, what Trump said is that he didn't know what it was, and he didn't support it. So that's Trump's official response to it. He's like, I don't know what that is, and I don't support it. So, this Project 2025 thing, in my opinion, is a Democrat fucking operative device to try and trick Republicans to support. I don't even know what's in it. No, and the reality is that I do know some of the things that are in it, but the reality is that they have created this in order to be like, well, it's 900 pages, so there's every fucking thing imaginable that would be bad.
Oh, okay. Okay. Someone just send me what it is.
I've seen it. I've seen it as well.
Okay, what it says over here. It says here no day one dictator. Stop Project 2025. Yeah. It says here it is an 887-page GOP master plan for replacing our democracy, which is fucking cringe, with a white supremacist Christian theocracy. I have an erection. Financed by the Heritage Foundation and written by a coalition of more than 75 extreme right-wing organizations.
Yes, this is written by the Heritage Foundation.
Project 2025.
Trump has not advocated for nor supported this, just saying.
Project 2025 openly calls for dismantling our federal government and giving supreme powers to Republican President, ideally Donald Trump. This is monarchy kind of shit based. Project 2025 is not theoretical. Billionaire-backed right-wing operatives are identifying and training 20,000 Trump loyalists now to take the reins of government, where chaos defined Trump's first term. Trump's first term was not defined by chaos, right? That's just the media, right? The next GOP presidency will be a disciplined, coordinated implementation of a Christian nationalist agenda. I'm totally okay with that. Republicans plan to federally criminalize abortion, based, roll back all gains in racial equality, based, eliminate climate change mitigation, fucking based, strip the rainbow people of all of their rights, criminalize trans people, fucking based, create mass detention camps and deport hundreds of thousands of non-US citizens, fantastic, decimate union workers' rights, fantastic, use the military to repress protests, I'm in favor of that as well, because your protests are cringe. Hold on a second. And assistance for poor and working class people, they won't do that, by the way. In January 2020, just a handful of conscious public servants held the guardrails and saved our republic from Trump's attempted coup. No, they didn't. Protect 2025 ensures that no guardrails will save us. Fight back time. Jesus Christ, I wish.
Let's watch. Okay. So let's watch. Joy Reid. Do you watch that? Watched Joy Reid having her meltdown, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
Okay. Just Scarborough had a meltdown, which is really funny.
I've said it for years now. He's cogent.
Oh, this.
This is him talking about Joe Biden. So this is Joe Scarborough talking about Biden's cogency.
I undersold him when I said he was cogent. He's far beyond cogent. In fact, I think he's better than he's ever been. Intellectually, analytically, because he's been around for 50 years. Okay. And, you know, I don't know if people know this or not, Biden used to be a hothead. Sometimes
that Irish... When you talk about racial jungles, do you want to talk about that? Oh, no, you wouldn't talk about that. No, you wouldn't want to mention that, would you, Joe? You wouldn't want to talk about the racial jungles, would you? What the fuck? Played the damn video.
Would get in front of the reasoning. Sometimes he would say things he didn't want to say. This is... And I don't really... You know what? I don't really... Start your tape right now, because I'm about to tell you the truth. And F you if you can't handle the truth.
Oh, you can't.
This version of Biden, intellectually, analytically, is the best Biden ever.
Oh, is he really?
Not a close second. And I've known him for years. The Brzezinskis have known him for 50 years. If it weren't the truth, I wouldn't say it. And you...
That's very cute, Joe Scarborough. Let's compare that to now.
If he were CEO and he turned in a performance like that.
Huh?
This was after the debate.
Any corporation in America...
This is after the debate.
Yes, this is after the debate.
The clip you just played was about 2 months ago.
Yeah,
So
that was 2 months
that's
ago.
not
This is
happened in
now.
2 months.
This is about 2 months of difference between Joe Scarborough. What a fucking loser.
Any Fortune 500 corporation in America, keep him on as CEO. If this were Donald Trump, time and time again, we talked about the Goldwater. Where's the Barry Goldwater? To walk over and tell Richard Nixon it was over, to tell Donald Trump it was over. And now the question is, do Democrats need to do the same thing of Joe Biden? I mean, these
I'm sorry. Yeah. Sorry.
if he were CEO, thing of Joe Biden. I mean, these are hard questions, but the fact is, friends, failure is just not an option.
Oh.
In 2024.
In other words, you must keep voting for us, even though we're complete and utter fucking lunatics. Doesn't matter.
Or failure is not an option. So who I love, who I respect, who I revere for their work and their duty to service over their lifetime really is not relevant. It's not relevant for any of us. It's not relevant for Democratic leaders. It's not relevant for anyone. The question is, we know Joe Biden can govern. Mm-hmm. And again, I'll debate that.
He can't, but okay.
That issue with anyone, and I will win. I will destroy anybody that wants to debate Joe Biden's record over the past 3.5 years.
No.
He can run the White House. He can run the country effectively.
Bitch, he can't even run a fucking
despite
bomb.
Yeah, he can't even run a toilet. Dude.
He can't even run his own bowel. Quite literally.
Yep. You press the button.
It's you're sharing a screen.
Of lies that constantly come at him, like Donald Trump's lies last night. But can he run for president in 2024? Donald Trump lied over and over and over and over again.
When?
And Joe Biden.
Very cute.
Okay, so something that I want to know that I just found very weird. Debate Biden's record, and yet none of you people ever showcase what he's done.
Nope.
I just find that very weird. Trump talks about his record non-fucking stop. Biden just says, we passed bipartisan legislation. It's like that fucking idiot, that Mr. Daisy twat. He said that, and I said to him, what does that even mean? You pass bipartisan legislation, which does what? Oh, look, we've spent millions on bridges and roads. Like, okay, so where's the manifestation of that? Because all that I've seen, there's a fucking trail derailment, and the local water was infestation with a whole bunch of fucking chemicals. Right? The queer twat who's fucking in charge of the transportation network in America has been collapsing because of it.
Let's look at this. Let's look at this.
Have you been tested for any age-related illnesses, pre-Parkinson's, or anything like that that might explain sort of...
Huh?
No, because I'm 34.
Nah, yeah. Biden should be.
Having a night like that where you couldn't finish sentences.
Oh, that's me.
Look, I had before, I was feeling so badly before the debate. When I came back, they tested me for, I thought maybe I had COVID, maybe there was something wrong, I had an infection or something. They tested me, they gave me those tests, I was clear. So, but look, I had a bad night. But the fact of the matter is...
Okay, so this is the Democrat narrative. That Joe Biden completely losing to Trump was because he had COVID, right? This is their narrative. That he was a little sick. That's why he sounded so bad, right? Oh my god, hang on. Why?
He's gonna sneeze.
No, it's my hiccups are so bad. Hang on. Give me a second.
Drink water upside down.
Give me a second. Hang on.
Drink water upside down. What the hell are you doing?
Yeah, what do you think I'm doing? I'm trying to just do the thing where you do a thing.
That wasn't even English, Aiden.
You have to just swallow liquid, and it'll be okay. Anywho.
I just bend my head forward and drink water that hits the roof of my mouth.
Anyway, here's the rest of this video.
Look at what I'm doing. I mean, let me put it this way. If there was something that was wrong that night, it's not like it comes and that's one night and goes away. That's why I've been out. I've been testing myself. Been testing everywhere I go. Going out and making the case. The night of that debate, I went out. I was out till 2 o'clock in the morning. That very night. That very night. It drives me nuts. People talk.
Okay, whatever, homie. Whatever, homie.
You went to bed and your head hit the fucking pillow and you were out like a fucking lamppost,
Look,
dude.
just being honest, I'm also
Walk
an
outta
old ass bitch, so I'm about to go sleep in 30 minutes. But come on, you were up to 2 a.m. Come on now, homie.
You didn't go to bed
sleepy
early
as
today?
fucky. Yeah. What? I can't even. Okay, here we go.
Oh, okay.
I'm not bad at what I do. And now, it doesn't mean I never make a mistake. I do. But I'm making those decisions.
Disagree.
Yeah.
Hardcore disagree.
But it gets worse. Gets worse, actually. Here we go.
The Biden plan, which got in Israel for the Gaza Strip, is something that was adopted by the UN Security Council. Whether it comes to fruition, it's awful close. We'll see.
What the hell?
G7's but look, I'm not going to explain anymore about what I should or shouldn't do. I am running. And if you want to stop me,
we know you're running, Joe. What the hell does that mean?
Why did he just randomly run
How
off
can you
another
assure the American people that you won't have another night like the one you did in Atlanta?
look at my career. I've not had many of those nights.
Like you're putting the N-words to rest kind of career, yeah? I've seen
Biden,
that
I don't
part
know
of
if
it.
you've noticed this, but I remember back in the 1980s, the first time you ran. Do you know what happened the first time you ran? The media called you up because you were bullshitting and lying the whole fucking time.
Yep.
40 years later, you still do that same fucking
Still
thing.
lies. Still
so
lies.
it tells me that you were a lying son of a bitch, even when you were cogent, motherfucker.
Yep.
It was a terrible night, and I really regret it happened. But the fact of the matter is, how can you assure you're going to be on faith that can intervene on your way to go to,
Jesus. He's totally out
He's just
to lunch.
rambling like a
work tomorrow.
Yeah, I've been
Exactly,
I've been
he's
prepping
out
for
to
10
lunch.
days. Trump's just like
The American public is not going to move away from me as an average voter. And
The American public's not going to move away from you for the average voter.
yes, they are.
Well, good luck on that, Joe.
again, I'm here for two reasons, pal. One, to rebuild the economy for hardworking middle-class people.
Well, the economy has been the
The economy's
trash for the
been
last
shit
4
since
years.
you took office. You don't
Yeah, so that's not very good.
That
I
doesn't
would
make
not
any sense,
run
by the
on
way.
the economy.
Trump is beating him on the economy. The last poll that I saw was an NBC poll.
What a silly Billy.
It was like over 20 points. Trump is fucking
Yeah.
killing Biden on the economy.
Yes,
You know
yes,
why?
yes.
Because energy was cheaper
Well,
and so was
because
petrol.
Everyone
and
had any
inflation
more
was
ability.
lower.
Every single American person had more ability to pay for things.
Yes,
Before
and Trump
Joe Biden.
would not shut up about job growth. That's the one
Yes,
thing he
yes.
would like every single day is how many jobs people have. I think it's because Trump's main thing
But
is
Joe Biden was like, "Hey, there were more jobs after I stopped the fucking lockdowns." No
Yeah, just
shit,
bounce by
you
job, yeah.
fucking retard.
yeah.
Like,
But I like,
how
I like
dumb
that,
do you think we are?
I like that Trump's main focus was always on production, which is a very American kind of thought
Yeah.
process.
Yeah,
It's just
yeah,
like people need to
Uh,
have a function, and Trump's one is just like we need to get more people to work so
Where-
people
where-
can actually.
whereas Joe
the
Biden's
American the
entire-
American engine can roar.
Everybody.
Whereas Joe Biden's entire thing was, we did this lockdown, and now we're going to not do the lockdown anymore. And please praise me for ending the lockdown. What the fuck? Like, no one who has an IQ above 75 would believe this shit.
Shot. That's a straight.
The problem is that a whole big portion of the American populace has an IQ under 75. And they will vote for him because he's like, look, I ended the lockdown. Okay, well, cool beans. Loser.
Shot. Everybody gets a fair chance. Number one. Number two. Remember all this talk about how I don't have the black support? Come on, give me a break.
Yeah, because you don't. Because you're racist. Actually, you are a racist.
You ignored a black woman a couple of days ago, and then you were stroking some black dude's forearm in a really weird sexual way.
It was weird, yes.
Come with me. Watch. Watch. I'm getting so frustrated by the elites. Now, I'm not talking about you guys, but about the elites in the party.
Of course not at MSNBC. They're literally on your payroll, idiot. You know that. You know that MSNBC is on your payroll. So, of course, Mika and Joe here are there to be your cocksuckers. Yeah.
Party, who they know so much more. But if any of these guys don't think I should run against me, go ahead, announce for president. Challenge me at the convention.
Yeah, so here's the thing, Joe. No one believes you. Everyone can see what you've done.
How can you assure that
everyone sees what you've done? That's very cute that you tried to. Biden has made horrible excuses for his horrible performance.
Have been fantastic.
This has been really funny, though.
Yeah, that's the best thing about this. Obama was a slick talker at least, but he was a shit president, whereas this one is just an absolute fucking train wreck. And responsible for a fair few of them, actually. Oh, is this the 60 Minutes one?
Yeah.
But your friend Nancy Pelosi actually framed the question that I think is on the minds of millions of Americans. Was this a bad episode or the sign of a more serious condition?
So this is George Stephanopoulos
just
of
freeze that
ABC
frame.
News.
That's basically the entire presidency in one picture.
Yep, sure is.
That freeze frame right there. Can I?
It's a bad
episode. By the way, I will say that post facto, George
Send me this when you're done,
Stephanopoulos
by the way.
has apologized for this interview.
Why?
Because he's sad that it made Joe Biden look bad.
No indication of any serious condition. I was exhausted.
I mean, like,
I think life makes Biden look bad.
Yes, obviously.
Reality makes Biden look bad. He doesn't need fucking George Stephanopoulos to do that.
But George Stephanopoulos felt apparently bad about it, but I will play it.
I was exhausted. I didn't listen.
So, Biden's excuse as to why he was his horrible performance at the first debate is that he was tired.
Of course he's tired. He's like 82 years old.
He was exhausted. So if you think that he performed poorly, it's because you are that you are ageist, essentially.
My instincts.
Now, I love the left is going with this. It's fantastic. I love it. I think it's hilarious and very funny.
In terms of preparing and a bad night.
You know, you say you were exhausted, and I know you've said that before as well, but you came, and you did have a tough month, but you came home from Europe about 11 or 12 days before the debate, spent 6 days.
2 weeks.
In Camp David.
Yes.
Why wasn't that enough rest time, enough recovery time?
So 2 weeks was not enough recovery time for him to be able to prepare for the debate. Yes.
Because I was sick. I was feeling terrible.
So what they're saying is that this is the hilarious thing they're going with, is that he had a cold, and that's why he was so retarded. He was so retarded because he had a slight cold. Don't worry, it was just a slight cold, so don't take it too seriously.
No, let me get
But that's also why he was so incapable of dealing
talking,
with Trump.
Yeah. So let me get this straight.
Yeah.
He was prepping for 10 days, also had a cold, I also saw one black woman say he was overprepared.
We'll get to that, yes.
Oh, you have that as well?
Matter of fact, the docs with me, I asked if they did a COVID test because they're trying to figure out what's wrong. They did a test to see whether or not I had some infection, a virus. I didn't. They just had a really bad cold.
And did you ever watch the debate afterwards?
The next day, the cold appeared to be gone.
Yeah, it was gone weirdly the next day. How bizarre.
Fascinating cold.
Almost like it's because you're just fucking old. You're too old to do this. You have dementia.
I don't think I did, no.
Well, what I want to get at is, what were you experiencing as you were going through the debate? Did you know?
Dude, look at his fucking face. He has dementia.
How badly it was going?
Yeah, look. The whole way I prepared, nobody's fault, mine. Nobody's fault but mine. I prepared what I usually would do, sitting down, as I did come back with foreign leaders or the National Security Council, for explicit detail.
In other words, no.
Crazy man.
You're too senile to be able to prepare for a debate with Donald Trump. Yeah.
And I realized about partway through that, I get quoted, the New York Times had me down at 10 points before the debate.
Oh, wow, wait, it's the New York Times' problem. Isn't that interesting that he is now blaming the leftist liberal media for not being on his side?
Of course, I mean, the leftist mainstream media just carries water for the regime.
How curious. How curious.
It has no loyalty to any particular person. It has loyalty to whatever the fucking hell they've been told they have loyalty to.
Mm-hmm.
It's democracy in a nutshell. It's cringing.
What I looked at...
Yes, exactly, it is.
Is that he also lied 28 times.
He lied 28 times.
Not my fault.
What fucking goddamn...
But it seemed like you were having trouble.
Some fucking intern told him that. He has no idea.
From the first question.
He has no idea.
Even before he spoke.
Well, I just had a bad night.
Okay, you just had a bad night. You said a bad night. Just had a bad night. Here is Biden's bad night. I'm about to go to bed. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, you sound like you're really fucking sleepy.
I am very tired. I'm extremely tired.
Once I'm wide awake and you're not.
I know, weird.
Why is that?
I don't know, man. But I'll do a couple more things.
You want to go to bed early because it sounds like this is a slugfest for you.
Look at this.
Future, not the past.
Biden says that he invented NATO.
Not yesterday.
What?
And the question on so many people's minds right now is, can you serve effectively for the next 4 years?
George, I'm the guy that put NATO together. The future.
Really? You put NATO together when you were 6 years old? NATO was developed when you were 6 years old, you fuckboy.
No one thought I could expand it. I'm the guy that shoved Putin down. No one thought it could happen.
You didn't do any of that.
What do you mean shut Putin down? He's currently kicking Ukraine's ass, you fucking moron.
Yeah. And then he proceeded to embarrass himself in front of the NATO summit. Some leftoids are saying that he did a really good job here, but excuse me. Look at this. Do you think this is a good job?
In the year 2020, the year I was elected president, only 9 NATO allies were spending 2% of their defense GDP on defense. This year, 23 will spend at least 2%.
I mean, he managed to kind of speak English there, but here you go.
For 5 additional strategic air defense systems.
What?
For 5 strategic air defense systems.
Yeah,
That's what he meant to say.
Why are you doing it? Why are you helping him?
I'm not
Destroy
helping him.
Ukraine's culture.
This man has no idea what the fuck he's Look how confused he is. way.
We need that meme of Kim Jong-un, Putin, and Xi Jinping on the phone.
Yeah. Got some more. Don't worry, it doesn't end there. Lots. There's this. This is incredibly...
most consequential periods in its history.
Oh my god. Ready for...
I realize
Holy shit, lads. Watch
my
this.
wrist just got better.
Guided this alliance through one of the most consequential periods in its history. I realize, I was talking to your wife,
You fucked your wife?
Talking to his wife.
You didn't hear him saying fucked your wife?
He slurs his words because he's old.
It sounds like he says, I fucked your wife, but listen to this.
Okay, look,
I realize...
okay, hold on a second, wait. I like to rag on Biden as much as the next guy.
Sure.
Right, but at this point in time, this is an old man who's slurring his words and you just want to dunk on him. Like, can we just admit that?
Yeah. Admit it. Yes. True.
Yes.
True. But it sounds like he... I just have to say...
I know it sounds like that because he's old and he can't fucking talk without a teleprompter.
It sounds like he's saying, I fucked your wife. And so, yes, I agree with you that he just slurred it, but it's still really funny.
I was talking to your wife. I personally ask you to extend your service.
He's just talking. What?
Forgive me.
I fucked your wife. I'd like you to extend your service.
Where do you hear fucking?
And
You don't hear fucked your wife? Are you serious?
No.
One more time.
I realize I was talking to your wife. I personally ask you to extend...
I've been fucking your wife.
No, you're just delusional. He says talking very clearly. Come on.
It sounds like fucking to me.
No, it doesn't.
Extend your service.
Yes, it...
No, it does not.
Okay, chat. Chad,
what does it actually sound like?
Was that fucking or talking
That's
to your wife?
talking.
Let me... I gotta go bring this up. Where is it? Oh shoot, I don't have a chat up here. Well, I gotta say, you're both. I'm about to pass out, man. It's only like 11:40, but I'm so tired.
You're having a bird moment.
I am having a bird moment. No, I am having a bird moment. I'm tired as hell, man.
By the way, what do people want me to do a video on tomorrow? Because I don't actually have anything planned.
I can send you some stuff, but I gotta tell you guys, I'm too tired. I've been doing this since 8:30. 9:30, 11:30, 12:30, 1:30. Whatever. We don't. I'm tired. I'm sleepy.
Yes, I can hear that, and so can the rest of the chat.
I know. I'm really
Call
very
it a night
tired.
and go to early, for goodness sakes.
I am going to go to bed early. Okay.
You're sundowning.
So, I am sundowning. I'm sundowning. I'm becoming Biden-tiered. I'm very tired. Okay, lads.
Let's go international pressure.
Yes. We will, however, see you all next week.
Yukumagumers.
Yukumagumers. Yes. It was very awesome for Scrump and for Harry to join us tonight. That was very neat.
Yes.
But I'm too sleepy. I'm getting tired as hell. And I'm going to sleep. Thank you all so much for joining us tonight. Let me read the rest of the super chats, shall I? I saw
can maybe just
that.
go to Twitter. If you have Twitter, then go to my Twitter, because I'm just asking that. What do I do videos on tomorrow? Jesus fucking Christ, those are big tits on my fucking
Cole
Twitter
Summers
account.
5 says, also thank you, Spoon and Harry, for covering Bridge, I think. Chit Chat Cat for 14 ZER said, I definitely should get Aiden to do a voiceover. And I mean, you want to, honey? Slosher for 5 Canadian says, Spoon summoned Anime Aiden from his Twitter post. DRT's King for 5 says, I like Aiden speaking Japanese, but I like the Japanese of this I am guilty. そうでしょうかな? もう一度。もういいかだと思ってね。Lance for 5 says, after nearly 4 years of Biden, I can take
solace in knowing that Joe Biden is already living in a kind of hell already. Don't worry, it's going to be very worse for him in the next world. I know this because my grandfather also has dementia. Yeah, it's sad, but like, don't worry, Joe Biden will be in hell very soon. Slaughter for 5 says, I actually believe that Joe Biden was up until 3 a.m. They timed his sleep cycle so he had to be active during the debate, and they just timed the Pervitin wrong. Perhaps. And finally, Hasselhoff for $2 says, he has been cold without the sea. It's incurable. Foster Friend there 10 says, Canadian 20. What is this? 5 Canadian says, great show, guys. Aiden, get some sleep. Spoon, you're gonna do another stream with Vex soon. Enjoyed the last one.
Yeah,
all right, guys.
We did a Rumble stream and it was spicy shit.
Well, let's do that. You guys should do that. I'm going to go to bed. It is midnight. I'm tired.
I could take the stream to Rumble right now.
You go ahead and be my guest, but I'm too sleepy. I do have a lot left tonight. I have I sent you the document if you want to go over the other stuff, but I'm too tired to do it tonight. Anywho, thank you all for showing up. Love you all. Cheers. Take care. Thank you all so much for Scrump and for Harry Robinson for showing up. That was very nice of them.
Oh sure, what's up,
by the stream. Eh?
Amazang's in the chat.
Yeah. Oh, Amazang. Thank you. We'll all see you next week. Cheers. Love you all.